While I'm awake, I only see visions of a deep red. Our give and take, it all becomes that crimson future ahead. With every single love and all the pain we left behind, the path of our tomorrow lies inside ambiguity. More than an unseen future that we could ever hope to find. Take it all and at me, that maybe just for tonight, I'd only be in your sight until the daylight, ending without a fight. Just come into my shadow. Even if we're all playing a losing game, get up, there is a way to win, I know. If we use our final blow, and then we'll finally let go.
Keeping you obsessed, play me on repeat cause I'm seeing it. Anytime it hurts, play another verse, I can be a sanctuary. No, I'm the only one right now. I am more when it all burns from. More than power, more than gold. Yeah, you gave me your heart, now I'm here for your soul. Listen, cause I'm reaching to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher? Give me your desire. I can be the star, you a liar. So you know what to say. Now you're running wild. I'm your idol. Thank you for the pain, cause it got me going viral. Yeah, now you're on a favor, making you a believer. Now I mean I'm doing another idol. Don't let it show, keep it all inside. Being a machine, keep it out of sight. Obsession, it's a connection. It's a God, give me all your attention. You know I'm the only one who loves you. I say it, feel the way my voice keeps saying it. Listen, cause I'm reaching to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher? Give me your desire. I can be the star, you a liar. So you don't want me to say. Now you're running wild. Listen, cause I'm reaching to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher? Give me your desire. Watch me set your world on fire. Know what it's coming to save. Now you're running wild. You're down on your knees, I'ma be your idol.
Dearest, you in the flow, fighting ever alone. Come with me where eternity waits. To the spiral of hope that precedes the coming day. My feelings, they were nothing more than excuses. Chilling fear built out of hate, the future waiting. In the dark, I believe was the power to seize my fate. I hate how I hate, casting shadows that darken the way. In a haze that kills me. Sail behind this gate. The pedals sway, connecting hearts that carry on to the pain. They take away, collecting scars from hurt I couldn't erase. There is you in the flow, fighting ever alone. Come with me where eternity waits. To the spiral of hope that precedes the coming day. To see your smiling face.
Smiling faces indeed. Boy, oh boy, how did it come to this again?
It was always going to come to this. Well, not really. The cowardice on display for comments is the likes of which I've only seen once. I was going to say I've never seen it. I was just like, oh, the other Demon Slayer that deleted my timestamp comments.
DA had to leave quickly for whatever reason. Most likely he forgot something. Again. We never left. Tonight's the night. Triggered month, let's go. There's never going to be a triggered month. This guy's video is dumb. His points don't even add up to what Mack is saying. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. And that's the thing. It's these people constantly.
What do you mean these people?
The ones that are doing
not the same as us.
These people are constantly doing these response videos. They listen to the points. They listen to the points several times to edit it. They get the chance to do the research. How can they still not absorb the information correctly?
Because their mindset, number one, is I gotta defend this. And this person has to be wrong, and I need to find a way to make this person wrong.
Mm-hmm. What else is new, Miko? Nothing ever changes. Insert that Mack clip of he'll never change. Time to defend Mack for the fourth time. Time to defend Mack again. The fourth time. We should probably have a new bingo sheet. I swear the guy's response to Mack makes no sense at all, and that's coming from a Demon Slayer fan.
Big ups.
How does it feel to defend Captain Mack's Demon Slayer vid for the fourth time? We've defended it more than he has. He never put out a like supplementary episode, and we've done more for him than he has.
And we don't really get a chance to do responses to responses, so it's really just been Captain Mack and like one or two other things. So I find this fun because the person puts out their argument, the other person goes, oh no,
And then
then
you have
it's
to
like, oh,
know
no.
there are no.
Jurabode says, I recently finished Ruby Volume 9. The faunus taught me some people are born wrong and don't deserve a quill right.
Correct. That is what you're supposed to take from that. But it's good to see how people take in arguments and try to refute them, as opposed to just giving their own arguments. There's different thought processes, different ways to go about it, showing the full clip, summarizing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I like doing this, and I wish we could do it more.
We're back, baby. I'm so happy that this situation got escalated. Now we get to have this emergency revisited. If it
This
counts
is
as one.
absolutely an emergency revisited, because I didn't want to do this because we did so much Demon Slayer already, but he's such a piss baby that I at least had to put it up to the mubs in the audience to be like, it's out there. But just deleting comments and then that in video just like, hey, I've been getting some hate recently, you guys. And it's
Delete. Watch that coward delete the video because of this stream.
I
Time
hope
for
so.
pain and suffering. Watch that coward try to strike down the stream.
I hope so.
I can't. His type of cowardice. Talk with your chest.
With your full chest. Whatever comes in the comments, because we've got racist comments, we've got comments just as going, you guys are wrong, we've got full novels, all comments that you could possibly get. And we're fairly small, obviously, so we get people that don't watch the video and just say, I like Ruby because of this, and then don't really explain why we're wrong. We get all this stuff, and it's all just
Nami
there,
the
except for
Goat
the
says,
pedophile stuff.
Big up Saz, do you like Demon Slayer?
Big up Zaz.
Zaz likes all things because Zaz is the second most pure of heart person that we've encountered. The number one being, of course, Gamer Josh.
He likes what he likes.
Boy, does he.
He's suddenly gonna retaliate if he made a response to comments. Now, once the comments are gonna start flooding, he's gonna fold. You were timed for your own good.
Never forget.
We have said way worse in Trigger's post, and it takes a while before he deletes stuff. The fact that Trigger has more spine is laughable.
Yeah, it's just I just don't understand I'm gonna put out what I want on the internet. And if anybody says anything
negative,
because it was Buster and it was me, and it was in the Discord, but can we really quick just put up my comment?
Oh my goodness, we're doing so much work for these people.
Isn't it always? But it's important just to see how tame this was.
Give me 1 second. Oh, of course, installing updates. Beautiful Discord. You want to inundate me with some more ads, you pieces of
No, but don't you want things?
Yeah, but maybe not the things you're advertising, so don't advertise to me, you cucks. It actively makes me not want to. Video share.
It's the comments were hidden. Oh wait, yeah, I guess you can go there as well. I sent it to you in a message, but yeah,
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, as long as you got it in a message, that'll be quicker. Copy link. Paste link. Well, that's unhelpful. All right, let's see if I can open link and see if that does it. Nope.
All right, perfect.
It's just too long.
Ladies. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's fine.
If you're in the Discord, you can see it though. It's in video.
Can you log into Compros? Because it's there, but it's hidden.
Bro, I'm not doing all that.
That's crazy.
I'm not doing all of that.
Well, go into the Discord and you can see it, but at a certain point, he just goes, hey, if somebody got some manga panels of the times where people are going, hey, yo, water is coming out, show them and I'll disprove me. And I did show 3 instances of where somebody could take that the elements are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it's reasonable for people to be confused when there's no contradicting evidence of this is fake. And you got these people going, this is real, and hearing and feeling things. And then somebody came back and then I went back again. But this is what this dude said. Well, first off, it ain't that deep. And second, unless people are watching with their eyes closed and ears plugged in, period. Just forgot about where he was going with that. From what I've seen in the community, a lot of people would agree. With what?
That it isn't real. It's not real.
Yeah,
but
no,
the
that's not
series-
the argument. The argument is simply that you can see why people would be confused because it's only in the 17th volume of the manga and an extra that you would have to read. And it's nowhere in the anime that says that this is fake. And when you hear things that say that this is real, well, you have to be like, okay, this is real.
It's crazy.
Nuts.
And he hid that comment.
Yes.
He did not delete it because he's still responding to it and it's still active.
I can see it in the comp rows.
It's crazy bars, y'all.
J_ is gay, aka Beak Sleeper, says, I still don't understand why Demon Slayer fans try too hard to defend the bad things in the series.
Because popular and honestly, it not to denigrate anybody, but it does seem very much like this is one of my first 5 or 6 anime that I've watched, and
It got me into it.
it's a whole lot of things, and it's just crazy.
All right. Let's get the names off. Let's get into it.
Is Demon Slayer worse than Fairy Tales? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. It's a lot less fun than Fairy Tales.
They're bad for different reasons. In the same way that, like, a bad pizza is different from a bad burger. They're both bad food, but the reasons they're bad are vastly different.
As for evidence, gets evidence, bruh, it ain't that deep. Like,
why does Just Stop get both of his videos deleted and Captain Mack has all this? Because it's the more popular of the two. And I think Mack was further along in the series than Just Stop was. So it's a more encompassing version of essentially a lot of Just Stop's arguments. What's up, Buster? I don't know why. What up, Corey? Nami to Go, Miko, Devil Elf, Blaze, Blank Canvas, Jay is Gay, Ruby, Bum Guy Jika, Duck, Jerobo, Racketeer, Har Botterman, The Real Mr. Impossible, Hope, Krista Chill, Curry, Gamer, Victory Gray Mine, Venti Robin. Let's get into this Bush description, boys. We are talking about. Oh my God,
they
YouTube!
changed it. They changed the. You can see the.
Oh, this is awful.
Oh, they changed it. Why did they change it?
We are talking about Demon Slayer's biggest hate video essay, Debunked, by dumb artists.
And it is not debunked. What's happening here? Demon time.
Yeah.
What's happening here? We're just responding to this response video because I
Nami the
heard.
Goat says, y'all going to read Gerger newest manga on stream, hope it's better than JJK.
I've seen. I got an email from Viz like, "Hey, check it out," and I looked at it. I was like, nah.
Yeah, that's all that's happening, Swiss.
Yeah.
Strike. In this video, I dive headfirst into the most viral Demon Slayer hate video on YouTube and break down why so many of his criticisms just don't hold up. From debunking misconceptions about breathing techniques and sword lore to defending characters like Tanjiro and Shinobu. I take a detailed and sometimes spicy look at what really makes Demon Slayer work. Whether you're a fan or a skeptic, this breakdown brings a fresh, thoughtful perspective that challenges the hate with facts, receipts, and a touch of humor. Tap in and decide for yourself, is the hate really deserved?
Fresh.
Innovative.
Do we have the pink lemonade ready? Zesty boys.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it.
A new standard
Oh, I sped it up slightly.
Yeah, that's good.
has it! Has it really? So why the fuck doesn't every Demon Slayer coat their blade with this shit? The character
why
of the
don't
Demon
they?
Slayer is atrocious. Hell, are you trying to piss me off? So he's just awake with more steps. It's just quirky for the sake of being quirky.
No,
it's a complete
yeah.
waste of character writing. Are our standards this low?
Are
This
they?
derivative garbage can become a generation-defining piece of media. You can't
Sebastian
expect the things you
says,
read or watch to be perfect.
BG, I just read like 70 chapters of Dandaden last night and holy shit, it's so good I
It's so good.
What is the purpose of this?
Yeah.
because you're just showing out of context clips of half arguments.
And not even arguments, just I'm
Statements.
annoyed. Yeah. Are you trying to piss me off? Based on what? Maybe he's trying to poison the well to make this seem rational because he's just, oh, the anger, oh, the blah, blah, blah. And here comes me, calm, rational, thoughtful, innovative.
Comments!
You cannot expect them to have no flaws, but for God's sake, people, have higher standards than this.
Ooh, it's gonna get spicy today, folks. What can be said about this anime right here that hasn't been said already? Not much. Pretty much everybody has talked about this anime already. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no...
But your description said a fresh. Did we forget about that?
Then
The
he must be
freshness?
coming with something
Fresh to
new.
death? What is?
Yoiba. It's a show that I barely started watching a year ago in 2024, and I love the show. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's perfect by any means.
Did they just say Kimetsu no Yaiba as opposed to Demon Slayer?
What's the problem?
Or is it trash, like other people are saying, carried by animation, mid-plot? Now, do I agree with a lot of these opinions? No. Like, I do love the show. I enjoy anime in general. I mean, as you can
MF
see, I'm
Curry
wearing
says, why he looks like Forever World little brother.
He do.
a Mikasa shirt, which, by the way, I'm gonna have to change. Give me a second. Yep, much better. Rengoku-san. So, you saw the title. I understand that there's many Demon Slayer hate videos out there, but I decided to tackle the big dogs. The one with the most views is by yours truly, Captain Mack. Now listen,
Yours
I'm not
truly
gonna
means
encourage
yourself.
any harassment. These are just his opinion. And listen, I know it's weird, like why am I making a video basically shitting on this guy? It's not because I'm shitting on his opinions, because what he says could...
No, that's the thing you should be shitting on if you're gonna on
Yeah,
anything.
because-
Is the opinion.
Yeah, you're saying that he's wrong, and you're not gonna attack his appearance or anything. So it's just gonna be the opinions, his words.
be his opinion, but they're just wrong. In terms of Demon Slayer hate videos, this is the one I've seen people react to the most. So if you want to watch those videos, go ahead. I'll try my best to find some of the channels who I liked, who I reacted to. You know, shout out to them for inspiring me to make this video. Like I said, I don't want any harassment or sent towards Captain Mack here. He like that. That's his content. That's his opinion. But when you're presenting,
This is gonna be. It's not trying to size shame or anything, but you are a channel with less than 3,000 subscribers. Captain Mack's video has 1.5 million views. Any hate he got very likely is not going to come from you, no matter what you have to say
The
about
people
him.
that know about the Demon Slayer video, that know about Demon Slayer and the hate around it, surely would have heard about that video.
Yes.
I can't imagine that you would bring this video up to any new people. I can't imagine that somebody with 100,000 subscribers would bring that video up and people are like, oh, I've never heard about this.
the video like
MK Leo as well.
But then the stuff you're saying in it is opinionated, which you even say in the video that it's your opinion and that all of this is...
It does. Oh, this.
But
opinion, object. It don't matter. Talk about what he's talking about.
All right, let me
In
see.
it is-
Is implying the show is really okay. If he began that title with, in my opinion, Demon Slayer is extraordinarily incompetent, it does not change the messaging of what he's saying. It is his opinion, regardless of the words he uses in the title, that makes you think he's saying it like it's a fact. It is extraordinarily incompetent because it's his opinion that it is extraordinarily
This is one of the
incompetent.
people that needs, in my opinion, Demon Slayer is extraordinarily
This is who
incompetent.
Mark is talking to.
Yes. Because he's going, well, what exactly does is mean? Like, shut the up and just talk about his point. I don't care if what he's saying is objective or not. He's saying it and talk about what he's saying. Objective town population. We never left.
Yeah, you step 1 foot in Objective Town, you're there forever. It's Silent
Mr.
Hill.
Chilled says, he kinda liked Caleb, that financial accountant YouTuber. Y'all should check him out.
You gotta...
Caleb Hayes?
Which you even say in the video that it's your opinion and that all of this is subjective.
Look, art is subjective.
I got a kids channel when I looked up Caleb.
Fact,
and
all
I've
this is.
and I've
So
watched
without
later.
further ado, let's give it a watch. In the beginning of the video, he's just talking about what is Demon Slayer. I kind of find it funny that he's actually showing this clip right here when he's talking about what is Demon Slayer, the first episode, which is important to another point later on in the video.
Tanjiro is going to become a Demon Slayer in order to search for a way to make Nezuko human again. So, it is okay to kill demons, but only the demons that aren't his sister. There's zero chance that any other demon is morally ambiguous. No, this will not be a plot point.
This is the second person, at least, that has absolutely not understood what his point was.
Know yet. They could be going in a different direction. Let them cook.
Did you forget that these two characters existed?
All right, never mind. That was my mistake. I was wrong in that aspect. You need to think about it and realize that he's not trying to save any demons. He sees that Nezuko was attacking him and she could be brought back. But never again does he try, when a demon is hostile, to go, maybe there's some good in them. Maybe I can talk to him. Nezuko was raging and he sung to her. So he could be like, maybe there's something that can get through to these demons. But he never tries again. These demons are purely, essentially humans. They don't attack anybody. They look perfectly normal. They don't come up with any kind of hostility. So he has no reason to be like, head cut off. But any demon that starts off with hostility, like Nezuko, he never gives a single thought towards maybe they can be changed.
It's not
maybe
even...
we can lock them up because once I find a cure for Nezuko, they can also be cured.
It's the same as... This would have been a point if Blessed Rain, after a drought, instead of cutting off the demon's head, he sat down and when she's giving herself up, what's going on here, and tried to have a conversation with her to see if she could be somebody that could one day become. But no, it was straight. She's giving herself up. I'm gonna change my killing to the gentle killing as opposed to the harsh killing.
Or if Blessed Rain was a paralyzing move, so that you could capture or speak with them.
Cap, I'm just talking about EP1 this guy. Did you forget about these guys in EP6+?
We've seen Tamayo and Yushiro are the only good demons as well. It's not just Nezuko, you know. Again, it's like he forgot that these two characters existed.
He never said that they would only... What did you didn't hear the words.
Only way to kill a demon is to expose them to sunlight or to cut off their head with a special kind of sword. What makes this sword special, and why can it kill demons?
He's wrong here.
Yes, he's wrong here.
We've known he's wrong.
Yep.
He's admitted he's wrong. You can move on from this.
And it's, you know, obviously do your research, but this was mentioned exactly one time, and it's just like once or twice, and it's just like, hey, here it is. And it's also stupid that it's just these rocks and it's absorbing sunlight. It's
but
stupid,
it's totally
perfectly
fine within the world to be a big dumb rock that absorbs sun, and that's perfectly fine in the world.
He's wrong, and we've never tried to be like, no, but when you think about it, like, no, he's wrong.
Yeah,
he said that he's wrong, and now it's all about how you attack his wrongness.
All you have to do is say he's admitted he's wrong to this point in the comment section. There's no need to go into this any further.
Swords are made from metal mined out of a volcano, which has the power of the sun contained in the earth, and I'm just fucking with you. There's no reason. It's never gonna be explained, so just don't question it.
I find it funny that you actually have a manga section in your video, because it actually does explain in the manga how the swords are made. You could have just easily searched this up, or even the episode clip that you're showing in that specific part of the episode.
Yes.
They literally explain the whole thing with the swords and why it's able to kill demons.
Yes.
Enko says he made a mistake and admitted it. Moving on.
Yeah.
Let it go, people.
Yeah, moving on.
And to give you the benefit of the doubt, I know you left a comment saying, yeah, I made a mistake and oops, I forgot. Boy just pulled a Muchiro right there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, だってさっき黙ってろって言われた。
Yeah, I was wrong. I forgot. My bad. Moving on.
So in this part of the video, he's going to talk about the problems with breathing.
There are, in fact, many different ways to breathe. They're breathing, everybody. I just want to make that clear.
This makes it seem like all you have to do is just...
No, it dude, you come on. That's not what he's making it seem like. He's saying, yes, they're just breathing.
and boom, I can do water breathing. Like in terms of learning breathing styles.
Okay. What is the difference between the breathing that you need to do sun breathing versus water breathing? Because all that we see is them just going, and then they do water breathing, and then they do sound breathing, and then they do whatever breathing. So in effect, yes, it is just breathing. We don't know the mechanics behind it, so you can't lambast him by just going, oh, they're not just breathing, they're doing special breathing. What's the special breathing? Well, I guess they might be doing something different, or they might be doing something the exact same.
It's a toll on someone's body, which this point will be important also later on. It's almost like in the real world where many people who do, boxing, MMA, or even if you're in the military, it's a real life thing where there's many different ways to do breathing techniques. I mean,
yes.
Make it seem like
showcase the difference between, why don't you look up the difference between somebody breathing in Taekwondo and somebody breathing in boxing? Do they take longer breaths? Do they exhale for longer or for shorter?
Breathing
do they
through the
hold their
nose.
breath while they're pulling back without blocking, and then they breathe out while they're punching? What's the difference? Don't just say that there's a difference,
And
because
then-
obviously there's a difference in everything, but showcase the difference and then tie that into why lightning and wind could be different breathing styles.
No, and then showcase in Demon Slayer where we get to see somebody going, you gotta breathe through your nose
Sebastian
for
says,
lightning breathing.
What's the difference between DA 445 pedo breathing versus fire breathing?
There's tons of differences. I mean, what?
it's easy, then all you have to do is just breathe in and out.
What
Well, I
makes
mean, all the
Mystery's breathing love focus? What does it?
training that Tanjiro has went through, I mean, including this right here, blowing into these gourds, I think they're called. And by doing a little bit of research, you understand the importance.
AI, yo! Hey, look! AI back on the scene, baby! He's not questioning what breathing is or its applications. All you did was show that they were breathing. What's his argument?
Hey, Mack said, this guy said, hey, Mack's just making it seem like you're just, and now I can water breathe. And then the AI says, by inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, Demon Slayer's achieve, which is what he just did.
Why do response videos always use AI? Well, Triggered is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
The word is out on this dude. It's not in just yet. They're definitely disingenuous, but this is an easy thing to do, to be like breathing, and then you see this summary and you just go, whoop, this proves my point. Concentration breathing and breathing styles aren't the same. You think they understand that? Or is it just like, hey, yo, we'll get there.
It's all breathing, I guess. I don't know.
And how it helps in battle with total concentration breathing. Or like the example I gave here. I mean, it shows you the benefits and also the real life examples I gave. But this one talks about the importance of yoga
Love
and
One Piece
meditation.
Forever says, just watch K-pop Demon Hunter so good.
I have not seen that yet, but I'm going to.
Bro, you can't use AI and then try to do your research. Here's AI.
Especially since, as far as I'm concerned, there is no point on the table for Captain Mack other than they are just breathing. And this is a very bad way to do this video response, because I don't know what you're referring to. It makes it seem very disingenuous to not give Max full point to respond. And obviously we do that too, but we're here in this moment. But we would never just go, they're just breathing, pause. No, they're not. It'd be the full point.
By doing proper breathing techniques.
Water breathing. This means that when he attacks, it appears as though water is rushing out of his sword. But don't be fooled. As far as I can tell, this is just visual flair for us as the audience to enjoy. In reality, he's just swinging his sword around. There's no actual water. Not that I would blame you for thinking otherwise, given that it is never explained or even alluded to.
Yes, we both seen One Piece. I'm caught up to the manga. You are chapters behind, or did you catch up?
Caught up, boys.
Caught up, boys. I got a One Piece tattoo. Love it. Fantastic.
Wish you had the other one you wanted, huh?
I'm making steps to make that happen, but it's gonna be expensive.
It was always gonna be. You're just cursing your 18-year-old self to the grave. 3K
Mother.
The idea that it's not explained or alluded to. If it's not explained in the manga or alluded to in the show, then explain this picture right here.
Hey, that's a volume extra. If
Yes.
somebody reading weekly, somebody picking up the Jump titles would not see this.
someone who may not get the manga exactly legally may not get this. Mack should have done his research deeply into this, but
I would say what he said is accurate in that it's not explained in the anime or manga.
Absolutely.
It's explained in a volume extra.
But the answer is here.
The answer is there.
But
he's not wrong with his answer.
You look at all of this. This is 4 paragraphs. And you got to zoom into this one little thing to just go, okay, there's the answer. If I look at this, I wouldn't be like, oh, from a glance, I wouldn't be like, okay, this will explain if the breathing is there or not. This just seems like Morita. This just seems like water breathing, and it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, it's bullshit. Sorry, I didn't tell you in the manga because I couldn't be bothered.
This is 6 volumes before the end of the series.
Mm-hmm. This is near the end. This is something that you need to actively seek out. This is something that you would need to feel the desire to read, because you may not, if you're already 17 chapters in. And you're Captain Mack and you're not enjoying Volumes, sorry.
Yo ho ho hope says. Also keep in mind, also even legit sites, unless you buy the digital volume, you don't get this if you just read the chapters as are.
No.
But you 17 volumes in might not be enjoying it. It's like, now I've got to read more supplemental stuff. I ain't reading this about Morita. You're not going to zoom in and just, oh, the water thing is right there. But like I said, you can look up, is the effects real? Look up images and you'll see it. But you'll also get a lot of Reddits from people going, yes, it is. No, it's not. So, I feel like breathing styles are real. Them not being real is lame. It is not real. You can believe
but
they're
it
real.
Is lame that they're
There's
not real.
There's no reason why they shouldn't be. Just make it magic. So the answer is out there, but the creator should have included it earlier in the story. Not just earlier.
In the story,
in the story itself, it definitely should have been in there. And it should have been there also earlier. Because we shouldn't be 17 volumes in and just now learning this. Anime onlys will never get this information.
Unless they research it on their own time.
Yes. So they will go to their graves, because they ain't reading manga, thinking that they are shooting lightning and stuff. And it's perfectly justified for them to think that, because why wouldn't they? From whose eyes are we seeing this? So if we see, and this is what I said to the person in the comments, we see fire, someone goes, it burns, my mind isn't going to go, oh, that's just friction. I'm going to say, oh, that's fire burning them.
Yes.
Until proven otherwise, in volume 17.
Overlord Sliver Hardane says, 1. The author themselves said the elements aren't really. Everyone got mad and said, yes, it is, shut up. 2. What do you think about the last couple of op chapters without spoilers?
Death of the author is absolutely a thing, and it's perfectly justifiable to think that it is real, because it makes things like the water swirling around the arrows, and the arrow do fight a lot more logical. And I guess Tanjiro can just, with the force of 1,000 suns, can twirl his blade and create a whirlpool underwater. Sure. It makes more sense if it was actually water.
I am tired of people being children of destiny in One Piece.
From the manga.
Mist literally made it to have for real mist to work as it does. Yeah, you need mist, or you can produce mist. I think you produce that mist, and that's.
But how?
Shut up. No, Corey. You missed the chance.
No, I gotta record that specifically and then upload it.
Read right here on the 3rd paragraph, it says, note, swordsmen don't actually unleash water attacks. People who just see this just think that they see and feel it. And if you ever pay attention to the show, just look at the words that they're saying. The key word that you're looking for anytime they call out a moveset is the word forms. The arguments that I've seen is that people didn't like the fact that it took up 17 volumes for them to even acknowledge or explain that, no, there's no actual water / any other element coming out of their weapon for visual effect.
Pause.
I just don't...
Go back to that.
No, there's no actual water.
What source is this?
And Demon Slayer comes to me on there's no one, there's no nothing. I don't know.
There's no. This isn't Chat GPT from what might be Chat GPT. Might be an AI summary. Might be somebody in the Reddit or something. I don't know where this is from. So
maybe a Wikia.
You using this as a source? Let's just say in a college paper, this will get rejected. Just say Slayers are using key and calling it a day. Yeah, what's the problem with just going, hey, It's magic. There are demons here. These months can use magic. Whatever.
There's also a problem in this summary going mostly for visual representation.
Is this a wiki page? I don't think so. It doesn't look like it.
Coming out of their weapon. It's for visual effect. I just don't understand this idea.
It's ChatGPT, Miko says.
This notion that like, everything needs to be explained from the
Oh wait, from the get-go?
Okay.
this notion that like, everything needs to be explained from the get-go, from the first panel of the manga, or even
this is being so disingenuous because that's not what Captain Mack said in the least. So, first and foremost, it should be in the manga. Flat out.
Point blank period.
No problem, no ambiguity. It should be in the pages of the manga, not a volume extra. Volume 17. Because you're 17 volumes in, and for 17 volumes, in your mind, this is real. Or at least is leaning more towards real than just a visual representation, because that just doesn't make any sense. So for 17 volumes, in your mind, this is real. And then the manga could just have to go think in their mind like, oh, maybe I should say that this is actually fake, when I could have done this for 17 volumes. That is a failure on the mangaka's part, if anything.
We've
Norval
said
says,
before.
Fallacy breathing, 7th form, Felix Ramen.
We've said before that would have been perfectly fine if Rokodaki was training Tanjiro and he's swinging a sword and Tanjiro saw nothing. And then once Tanjiro got his total concentration breathing and was able to do all the forms and stuff, he sees a Rokodaki swing his sword and he sees the water. And now it's like, oh, the good swordsman can see the water.
And demons are of a level where they can always see it. If the water isn't real, how does whirlpool work? Can wind breathing work the same? Wind breathing does do big slashes that go across the ground. How does it work? Shut up. That's how it works. The mangaka clearly didn't think about this well enough to establish it within the manga and then stay consistent with that. So if we take what the mangaka says, and it's fake, well, something's happening. We don't know and it's bullish. If we take the general consensus of what it should be and then it's real, then it's just they're shooting wind, and that's what it just should be.
What's in that bottle? What's in that bottle?
Urine. That's ooh, you need to get checked out.
first volume or in the first episode of the anime. And to give those people the benefit, I understand that maybe there are some anime that do this where everything is literally explained.
There
is no anime where literally everything is explained.
You should get some feeling for what this is gonna do. You don't need to understand the origins of the thing, but you should be able to understand the rough mechanics of the thing.
Yes.
And we don't know basically any of the mechanics of breathing.
We don't know the differentiation between breathing. We don't know why Tanjiro's body is not suited for water breathing, the most easy breathing to learn. We don't know that. We don't know why Mitsuri, in a volume extra, couldn't learn fire breathing, so she created her own form. We don't know how other people create forms.
We don't know why Zenitsu can't learn all those other forms except the first form, and the other guy can't learn he can learn all the other forms, but not the first form.
We don't know what Zenitsu did to make a new form. We don't know what Ginyu did to make a new form. We don't know how a new form is created.
The elemental stuff could have been some type of spirit BS, and we could tie the ghost in there somehow. That would have been fantastic, where you can only use these forms if you have this particular amount of spirit energy or what have you. And then Tanjiro's super special because his whole family is there, as opposed to other demon slayers tend to get their most important people. Tanjiro's most important people is his entire
bring up
family.
the intricacies of a power system, don't half-ass it.
Yeah, if you're gonna bring it up, don't be like, well, whatever, I don't know. Why can't she do the breathing? She just can't. It's just goofy. Yeah, waiting on DA to sit down to hit play again. You're a piss baby bladder.
Big piss baby. I need a bottle.
Say that doesn't exist, but I mean, as far as I've seen with the list of animes I've watched, a lot of shit is
Did he change his shirt again? Or this is the
this
old
is-
clip? Okay.
never explained from the get-go.
Nobody's saying
I have a
from the
challenge for you.
get-go.
To Captain Mack or to anybody else who doesn't agree with this point, I want you to find me a scene from the anime from whichever season or a screenshot from the manga panel of a demon of any kind basically acknowledging the water coming out of Tanjiro's sword or any other element from another character. I'm not talking about breathing style specifically because I do know for a fact that some demons do acknowledge the breathing style that they're doing or what kind of Hashira they are because of their outfit. I'm not talking about breathing style or breathing techniques. I'm talking about the actual fire or the actual water coming out of the sword.
My main problem.
Pause. You won't get that. But I explained it as, why would they outright say he's using water? They don't have to. Why would they remark on this? These demons whose only weakness is the plant.
Oh, mist breathing. They acknowledge the mist.
And the sword. Daki has no experience with sun breathing, and she's killed 7 Hashira alone. And who knows how many normal demon slayers. In a hypothetical world where they could see elements, Tanjiro switching from one form to another would not warrant a comment as she's killed 7 people of higher rank.
Spider Mom, she felt the...
And my 3 examples was Tanjiro using Blessed Rain after a drought. The spider later goes, it feels like I'm standing in a gentle rain. And I go, well, he said rain, she said rain. This is chapter 32. Do you see how people would get confused when we have no evidence that this is not real? Chapter 34, after the thunderclap and flash that Zenitsu uses, Tanjiro goes, did I just hear lightning? And I'll go, you could say that that's the house breaking, but do you see how people could get confused when somebody says lightning attack and then somebody goes, was that lightning? And the third one was chapter 81 when Tanjiro switches to sun breathing. Daki says the wounds, they burn. And I go, no other attack from Tanjiro or any other demon slayer talks about when they get cut, they say that it burns. This is when he uses the sun breathing. So, yeah.
The spider legit acknowledges lightning.
Yes. So, these things in the anime and the manga...
Hey, how about get hit and cuck?
Well, I suppose that is a legitimate option.
Says, the fire guy blocks attacks with the fire.
That could just be a visual representation.
Yeah, it's just like the Tanjiro swirling the arrows around him. We don't know what's actually happening, but it's stupid. But yes, he did, and no, he didn't. And it doesn't matter because he's already pissed in the bottle and moved on.
With breathing comes from a lack of differentiation. Now, I know at first that may not make any sense, given that each style is
We'll
very
be here,
visually
Dutch.
distinct. But what
Forever.
I'm talking about is functionality.
Never
And the reason why
left.
they're exact, a lot of them function the same and they act the same way. I mean, first of all, a lot of them are using swords. That's number one. And
we've explained this before. There's so many different ways to use a sword.
So, going back to your point about breathing difference in terms of Taekwondo and boxing and things, are you saying that somebody using a broadsword is the same as somebody using a katana? Those would be completely different ways that they swing their swords, wouldn't they? So you can't just like they're just swinging swords when there's different swords. There's different sword techniques. There's the quick draw. There's 2 big 2-handed swords that just one big swipe and it's all, there's all these different things. So you can't just put out blanket statement, they're just swinging swords.
Yeah, you can't attack Mack for, oh, he just acted like they're just breathing and you're doing the technique and then go, well, they all got swords, so of course they'll just kind of be swinging their swords.
Bum breathing, first 4, get blocked.
2, if in that, I forgot what episode and what number of episode it is, but it's after the Mugen Train arc when Tanjiro goes sees Rengoku's family to visit his little brother and his dad. This scene right here clearly indicates that they're all are
Racketeer
different.
says, remember fellas, if you breathe water, then you can become one with water, and therefore you can swim in water. Wait, doesn't that mean you're swimming in yourself? Hey, shut up.
That's too metaphysical for Demon Slayer. It's too psychological. It's just water slice.
branches of the sun breathing, which is the original breathing style.
Find me one character in One Piece that uses a sword the same way. Legitimately.
The mist guy didn't use mist breathing. That's just something he can do, much like Genya's magic stomach or Tanjiro's magic nose. See, it's just something he can do.
That could just be an answer of, yeah, I got this super nose, so I guess this guy can just make mist absent of his breathing. These breathing fist form, Rengoku sent an actual flame tiger at Akaza and he used the demon art to dispel the tiger. Yeah, but have you considered hide them from the channel quick?
What's your favorite One Piece arc? Mine is Wano. Mine would be Arlong Park.
Whole Cake Island. Give me all that, Big Mom.
BG, Google how many sword styles there are and read the AI overview.
You say this later in the video.
It's established that sun breathing is the first form of total concentration breathing, and that every other form of breathing is an offshoot of sun breathing that was developed for demon slayers that found sun breathing too difficult to utilize.
So I like how you were questioning the assertion of why all of these function the same in terms of the breathing styles, but then
no, you're not understanding.
No, absolutely not.
Norable says, you can't prove the existence of any fire or tigers.
Yes. So there you go. It doesn't exist.
Have you answered your own fucking question later in the video?
No, they don't, because what from sun breathing is showcased in wind breathing. What moves? What way that you hold the sword? What is taken from sun breathing that's spun off into water breathing? We don't know. We were just told these things. Again, if we had seen Tanjiro and once he started using sun breathing, and you just sort of hold the sword a certain way, and then you know how anime have that overlay of another character. You just overlay in Rengoku. It just go, oh, this is the way that Rengoku, and then it just goes away as he does something to showcase that. But you're looking at the page and going, well, they say it right here, so that just means, and you're not thinking any level deeper about how this exactly works. You're just taking purely on face value. Well, they all came from sun, so of course insect breathing is going to be like that.
If we're going to take the words that were said in the sub, and of course it's not going to be exact what the verbiage is, but let's just take the overview of everything that's an offshoot is an imitation of the thing that came before it. What is Serpent doing that's an imitation at the end of the rainbow of sun? We don't know. There's nothing there.
When you create different forms of the same ability, there needs to be strengths and weaknesses to each of them.
See, I like how he says that, but then watch what he says afterwards.
Now, on the surface, this does exist. Thunder breathing is much faster than the other forms in a technical sense.
So if you go back to this image right here, if you read the...
On the surface.
Bro, we all came from Adam and Eve. Why are we not all white?
Genetic mutations.
Hide them for the channel.
What's your opinion on Captain Mack? I haven't seen anything from him that I didn't like, but I don't really check out his channel that much. You know, just check out things that I'm interested in. But yeah, completely logical in his Demon Slayer video. I agree with 93% of everything that he said. Obviously, the wrong thing that he said was wrong, but and the feminist point, you know, get that out of here.
It's fairly worthless to me. Example, fire leaves scorch marks, wind leaves jagged scars, serpent leaves wavy slash.
What's your point? You trying to get hidden from the channel or what? Hey buddy, where's the little note you're pulling from to try to disprove Mack? Seems to be just a volume extra. So
Breathing is much faster than the other forms in a technical sense.
So if you go back to this image right here, if you read the last paragraph, it clearly indicates water breathing is clearly the easiest to learn, so there's clearly a degree of difficulty to all these.
Okay, so again,
they're just telling us that it is.
You're not showcasing it. You're not showcasing what Mitsuri was doing wrong to not learn fire breathing. You're not showcasing why Zenitsu isn't a sound breather. You're just taking the words on the page and going, here it is, and not thinking about any kind of rebuttal to what this could be. Hey, why is it the easiest? We don't know, because this doesn't say it. This is the only place where it says it's the easiest to learn, and there's no further explanation on this. So all you can do is just parrot this, and just go, here it is, and when I ask a question, how? You ain't got no answer. Otherwise, you can make up an answer. Well, water, you know, it's the for life force. It's all around us. It's flowing.
It looks like a genius compared to this guy.
It's crazy. People cannot defend things properly.
Why doesn't everybody? Because Tanjiro has proven that you can use multiple breathing styles within a person. Switching between them is hard, what have you, but you're Hashiras. Why doesn't everybody have water? Why? Since it's so easy to learn. Why? Because
have water in their
water
back
will
pocket.
has to be usable in certain situations. And there's gonna be swamp and water demons. Why wouldn't you know the thing whirlpool that can help you underwater.
No matter what the situation is.
It would have been great. Sorry. It would have been great if Miss Hashira, instead of switching to another form of mist, went water breathing, whirlpool, and that broke it.
Yeah, he harkens back to the old water. Hashira did teach me this. I guess it's time for me to break this out. I didn't really like this because it's too fast moving or too like wide stances, but I gotta use it now just to showcase that yes, it spun off from this, and you would have to learn this. It's a skill tree. You gotta learn this in order to get the properties and the full functionality of this form in order to progress to your own one, because you're going mist breathing, water wheel. It's sort of diagonal as opposed to horizontal, but you need to learn the horizontal first in order to get the proper shoulder movement.
Hashira's when trying to make offshoots off of sun breathing expectations. Let me take form 2, 4, and 5. Reality nah, I'ma do my own
it's
thing.
just, I guess lightning breathing was just like, oh, they're using wind in their legs. I mean, air in their legs, so I'll just take that. And no other form went, how do we put air in the legs? And we do that. Nobody else thought that.
Breathing styles.
But in reality, each style of breathing has the same or similar abilities to every other form, meaning they're all functionally the same.
Well, I'm sorry. Have you ever thought about that maybe a lot of them are using swords and katanas?
There's never a...
Have you thought about it?
Sir, this is crazy part.
Lightning breathing is the only one that does quick draw like that.
If this was a Western, would you say, well, they're all using guns, so of course, no. You've got revolvers, you've got pistols, you've got so many guns out there and ways to use guns. Mitsuru's sword is totally different than everybody else's.
I'm only talking about the people that use normal swords. But the examples that he used, that Mack uses, is somebody that uses one sword, somebody uses two swords, and somebody uses two swords on chains. So they're not just using swords, they're using all sorts of different swords. Somebody who uses two swords isn't going to fight the same as somebody using one sword. So this is kind of, out the gate, the pure and simple argument of, well, they're just using swords is already debunked because they're using, the examples shown are using different types of swords.
Would have been nice if the styles were put into categories like speed, strength, and skill. No.
Off topic, but I think I agree with you that One Piece is one of the best pieces of fiction ever written. Yes, it's very, very strong. I don't have a good enough grasp of all the fiction that's ever been written to
just
say
what you've read.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen Citizen Kane, or I've never read
Sebastian says,
80% of...
What's your opinion on JJK Shippuden and introducing aliens?
It doesn't look good to me. I skimmed
Eric
the
said
first
he
chapter.
will not be reading it.
Big ups.
Big ups, Eric.
moment in the series where Tanjiro is at a disadvantage because he's a water breather.
Never a moment in the show where Tanjiro is at a disadvantage. Well then, Captain Einstein, how do you explain this?
Oh no, this is the same trigger thing! You cut out the last couple words of the sentence because he's a water breather, and you, as a person who just zooms into, oh, I gotta debunk him, here's the debunk. He said they're never at a disadvantage. Here's him being at disadvantages. No. That's not the point. The point is because he's a water breather. Do you seriously think that Captain Mack, having watched all and read all of Demon Slayer, just goes, well, Tanjiro always cuts off the head in one single swipe, and he's never been at a disadvantage. Well, here's him at a disadvantage, sir.
This was Zolaris's point. Terrible point, they're saying. Not Triggered. Zolaris's.
Oh, yeah.
We've done too many of them.
Nothing Triggered.
He may have.
I'm pretty sure he did. I wouldn't put it past him. Is this an April Fool's? Yes. We, in fact, never did leave. Is this AI? Yes.
Whatever you believe it to be, it is. But that's not even a disadvantage because he's a water breather. It's a disadvantage because he's not strong enough.
Yes.
Because Giyu would have been able to cut through. Just like with Rui, Tanjiro couldn't and Giyu could.
You see, I'm using the silly music to indicate that this person is being silly. I win.
It is not.
It's too late. I've already drawn you as the soy and me as the chat. It's too late.
It's literally he's not strong enough.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with, oh, it's because I use water.
This dude is 2 years into learning his forms and breathing and stuff. A couple months properly doing it, and he's going up against moons. Of course he's not.
Overlord Sliver Hardane says, okay, forget the swords. In the world of Pokemon, there are multiple types of Pokemon and many specialists in all 18 types. They all use those types differently, despite them all using fire.
Yeah, but this isn't. That's not this. This is Demon Slayer, and they all use swords.
Get hit.
Yeah, hide him, get him out of here. Get him out. It's overreactors are established as the chat. Oh, but that timing was real bad. You gotta hit one of the beats.
Completely meaningless flash with no substance. If you think I'm wrong, then tell me the difference between the following attacks. Sound breathing, 4th form. Water breathing, 4th form turbulent. And beast breathing, 5th bang.
Hello everybody, not tanjiro here. In this part of the video, a friend of mine is going to be explaining the distinct difference between the 3 specific attacks he called out. It's now time for a Taisho era secret. Inosuke's beast breathing 5th fang is actually done in the air.
Okay. Well, cut off the video, I guess. We are debunked. I never thought about that.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no. It is done in the air. Wow. Okay. I guess the other people can't do it in the air. I guess Inosuke can't do it on the ground.
Yo ho ho Hope says, fuck you.
Simply.
It's a Street Fighter character throwing a fireball, and then they throw one in the air.
It's over. Stop coming to these.
And it's like, okay, you threw it in the air, but you threw a fireball, which is my point. The character threw a fireball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was in the air, though.
It's too late, though, when you think about it.
It's too late.
So to give you more explanation about the other attacks, here is my friend, Jonathan.
The comparison that he's trying to make is that it's just wild slashes.
Wild slashing, yeah.
That's it. The thing is, one is predicting it from the vibrations of the wind. The other one is just striking tide. The user performs a series of flowing strikes.
Okay, yeah. Let me read the Wikipedia just to showcase I don't know what this is doing. If you ask me what's the difference between Gatling and jet pistol, I can explain that without looking at the Wikipedia. But you got to be like, and I'm pretty sure there was a big gap in between there while their muff is searching that up.
And I have no doubt they had to look this up because they didn't remember which form was which. Because I for sure don't know the difference between them forms. You tell me, you ask me what the 4th form of beast breathing is. Couldn't begin to tell you.
That might be the ground vibration.
Couldn't begin to tell you.
I'm right.
Meaning slick, clean, and precise, and then breathing style that mimics the movements, attack, and senses of wild animals. Yeah, so like one is slashing within the vibration, one is slashing.
Hey, but look at it! It's multiple all-around slashes, which is what Captain Mack's point is. You're trying to use these flowery words to go, oh, he's mimicking wild animals by slashing all around him.
Fortnite players.
By slashing all around him, and he's feeling the vibration by slashing all around him, and he's trying to flow with the current by slashing all around him, which is equal sign slashing all around him, Captain Mack's point. And this guy didn't even mention no air, so shut that up.
Within the movements, making them slick and clean. So it's like, I said, a floor of water, and the other one is slashing wildly without any control.
So there you have it. It's all explained why these are all different in many ways.
No, it wasn't.
No, they were
Hey! What's the source of that? What's the source of the thing you said? Because There's so many of those things. This is the third form of lightning breathing that comes from the video game. Because the mangaka didn't do with it. Annoying.
Crazy.
There are so many different forms of breathing. There's stone breathing, wind breathing, mist breathing. But what do the female characters use? Insect breathing, flower breathing, love breathing.
I think at this point he just gets a little misogynistic, in my opinion. See, he's complaining that the women characters, yeah, they get feminine breathing styles. In terms of Mitsuri, that's kind of more of her personality. It is established that love breathing is just a branched off version of fire breathing, and guess who was the one who trained her for that? My boy, Rengoku-san.
Number one, that was
learn it.
that was shown in a volume extra.
Beautiful.
Again, not in the actual
Big
manga.
ups.
Number two, how is it a spinoff of fire breathing? Number three, what is fire breathing? You can't just like
big ups.
you can't just like, well, there it is. It doesn't matter if it's spun off from fire breathing. What is it now? Love breathing kitty bomb.
And with Shinobu's case, she wasn't able to do flower breathing because, she's more of a, her body is frail. She's a little bit more weaker. So she just...
Hey, don't you think that's a problem? That the only Hashira that's too weak is the woman?
While doing a breathing form that is stated to make your body comparable to the strength of a demon slayer. So her strength must be so low that doing constant concentration breathing, like the Hashira are all known to do, can only get her up to a normal human level. She must be
T. Morris
so
says,
weak.
4. That's the in-universe explanation. Mack is talking about the fact that out of universe it's kinda misogynistic.
Correct.
decided to invent her own kind of technique, which is known as insect breathing. And with Kanao's case, that's more of something that's just passed down to them. By yours truly.
Yeah, whatever. It just is. It's just passed down to her. It doesn't matter that she's a woman. It just happened to be a woman passed down the thing to her.
We have to keep defending this woman point that we don't give a shit
Because
about.
they do it so poorly. They don't understand what the issue is, and then they just go, well, look at Mitsuri, huh?
Waifu Shinobu. Kanao is her adopted sister, and since Shinobu was too weak to do flower breathing,
You dedicated 4 minutes to this point?
Because it is the most easily debunkable one.
she decided to pass it down to Kanao. You even said it in the comment in your video that you don't want people to take that as you being misogynistic, but again, I've never heard anybody making that sort of criticism of the show, which is crazy. And listen, I'm not going to try to cancel anyone for making a...
I think he's trying too hard to be a ally in that instance, as opposed to being misogynistic. Because it once pointing out, it's very weird.
Yes.
But it's also something I don't really give a about.
Yes, also, yes.
Overlord Sliver Hardanes says, how? Why could she not learn fire but can make love breathing? What are the rules of breathing?
But this person doesn't think about it like that. They purely think that it is written on the page that Mitsuri learned fire breathing and spun that off into love breathing. So there you go. And they don't think about the rules or how it's done or what did she take from fire breathing. Doesn't think about that at all. If it's on the page, it's complete and total gospel.
Also, love is not a personality.
Is it not?
I'm tired of people going, love is her personality.
Oh.
It's not a personality.
Maybe reevaluates my life.
Funny joke or having some dark humor, but with this clip right here, I mean, it just doesn't help your case at all.
I need to watch Metalocalypse again. Show me evidence of any religion. Show me. Well, there's a Bible right there. Oh, maybe I reevaluate my life.
You want to be a demon slayer, eh, kid? Well, you're gonna need to choose a breathing style. Although, since I see you've got a pair of fatty tissue sacks, these are your only actual options. But since it is Women's History Month, for limited time only, you can try having a job breathing.
Is this nigga serious?
It doesn't even end there. You literally go after my girl Shinobu, which I can't let that slide, my brother.
There are exceptions, such as Shinobu Kocho's insect breathing, which utilizes poison instead of actual blade attacks to take down enemies.
What even is
Because she's
Mystery's
too
personality?
weak to
She wants
decapitate
love.
demons. The girl is too weak.
Yes.
It's cut off a demon's head.
You see the emphasis on the girl. Basically just saying, yeah, the woman. She's
Yes,
the weak.
because who else is too physically weak while doing breathing, while being able to do the gourd thing, thus increasing the strength of your concentration breathing, thus increasing the strength that you have? Who else is too weak to cut off a demon's head while constantly being in a buff state?
Yeah, he just did the digital N-word. Digital blackface. I'll never forget you.
Anko says, my brother?
Hey, you know, cultural appropriation is a thing, and I don't know what this individual is, so they could be Blasian.
What, huh? It's not that the characters in this show that are weak are just women, bro. Like, there's plenty of characters who are male and are weak. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Oh yeah, let me name them right now. There's Murata. And I'm not trying to say that women, you've got one person. And are they an anomaly in terms of them being weak? Because they were in the Spider Force and they were just getting done up like everybody else. So are they an anomaly? They were strong enough to pass the exam. Mm-hmm. They were strong enough to be sent out to the Spider Person. We don't know. I don't think we've ever seen him fight. So we can't be like, oh, there's plenty of people that are weak. In what way is he weak? We don't know that. We are simply stated or told that he's weak, and we have no evidence. We have this lady going...
But Murata can cut off heads, no?
We have this lady going, I've been a Hashira for years, and I'm still too weak to cut off a demon's head. So I needed to make a whole new form in order to do that.
You know, because my boy Rigoku, I don't want to disrespect his little brother, but his brother was too weak, and he's a male character.
Why is the tomboy too weak to kill a demon, but the girly girl who wants to get married and have kids born with super strength? You see, if we go back to our boy Captain Canteen, that's what's called irony. You see, that's what's going on.
Were you listening to that recently?
Press play. They've only been showcased to turn red, and that was a super unique time that happened. There's been
Norma says, Mitsuri should have made her breathing out of a preference, not a necessity.
Yeah, that would have been better. But anyway, yeah, we only have the instance of it turning red, and what do we do for that? Well, it's just gotten stronger. When dude,
this
and
is not
I think
his point, buddy. This is not his point, buddy. His point is that this guy is too weak, and you're going, oh, the color. No, his overall point is this character is too weak, and now I'm showing why he was too weak.
Yeah, but press play.
I was
talking about that.
Okay. Were you tying it into the strength thing?
No.
Then it's not his point.
But I'm just talking about this as a whole. Demon Slayer.
Is stupid.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make any sense that you'd be like, oh, they don't turn, but that just doesn't make any sense. But you see, Murata was strong enough in order to turn his blade into a different color, at least. So he's stronger than this individual who is super weak, apparently. I don't know. I see nothing wrong with this dude who is seemingly 12 years old to be like, I'm not strong right now.
It's not that every woman in the show is weak. I mean, I've already explained the whole situation with Kanao, and of course, if you know about Mitsuri and her backstory.
If you think about it, one of the students who is a girl is trained by Urakadaki for breathing training, but we don't know if she got water breathing or maybe she did.
She taught Tanjiro the things that he was lacking. This was said. So I don't think she would have been able to do that without learning about water breathing. So I'm gonna say that she was a water breather.
By the time she was over,
we will get to the end of this point, and then we'll decide if we want to do T23.
Pretty little as an infant.
Because I am missing football for you cucks.
she was already a lot stronger than most average adult males.
He didn't talk. He talked about the girl that was
he's
weak.
not talking about. He's not talking about all of them. He's talking about the one literally who was too weak. And this dude, the dude that you showcased, is not a trained demon slayer. They are a child. This is a fully grown woman who has been doing this for years, who has the capability of doing concentration breathing, which is said to increase your strength to that of a demon, and she is still too weak to cut off a demon's head. I think that's a big difference between an untrained child who potentially cannot even do concentration breathing.
Going back to the whole point of the men and the male characters also being weak in the show, I mean, just watch the whole Hashira training arc season, where it's not just our main characters like Tanjiro and Inosuke and Zenitsu, but clearly a lot of male characters are also struggling with the training. Well, hold on
No,
there.
these are nameless, faceless people who we don't know their ranks, and they're not as strong as a Hashira. They're not weak. They're just not as strong as the strongest people in the verse. I think that's a big difference between I can't cut off somebody's head, and I'm not as strong as literally the strongest Hashira.
Dumb artist. This guy's video came out in June of 2023. The Hashira training arc season came out in February of 2024. But it still doesn't take away the fact that I'm right, because the manga has ended in May of 2020. All I had to do was
Norable
look up,
says, fallacy breathing, 8th form. Just look at it.
Just look at it.
you know, the Hashira training arc manga on Google, and I found this picture right here. So it still doesn't take away the fact that there are male characters struggling.
Pause. Wait. He never said anything about male characters struggling or not. And this is flexibility. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, flexibility so equal to say the point is debunked. That doesn't matter. This is a Hashira. These are Hashira training. Essentially, we don't know what their ranks are, but they're not Hashira. So they're going to be seen as weaker than the Hashira. And wait a second. Go back. You see how there's no women here? Are we going to talk about that? There are no rank and file women, Demon Slayer dudes, non-Hashira. We're gonna talk about that? Cause these are all just dudes. Maybe there's a little misogyny. Again, I don't believe this, but if you're gonna talk about look at all these weak dudes, I'm gonna be like, okay, where are the weak women? Where are the strong women that are not Hashira? This point is all over the place, legitimately.
Poison uses wisteria flower, a type of plant that demons are weak to.
Oh, wisteria
Even if the demons don't die from this poison,
Cool.
it does render them weak and slows their ability to regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
So why the fuck doesn't every demon slayer coat their blade with this shit?
The only explanation I can find for this.
Okay, so you have to
AI?
search for it.
AI?
Let's see.
AI is that I think it's an episode
Jet Blaze
20.
Thunder says,
Okay, no episode.
she literally coated her entire body with poison. Why isn't she weak because of
She
that?
ate pounds and her body weight in that plant. She was going to town on that.
For this point is that I think it's in episode 20 of season 1 called Pretend Family. In the Taisho era secret post-credit scene at the end of the episode, the only explanation I can find, and it may not be the best one, but at least it's answered in some way. Shinobu basically explains that her...
So you are talking about a gag thing at the end of an episode.
That is filler.
That is filler. That is not in the manga. That is not in the anime. That is not canon. That you would have to actively watch in order to think of an explanation. You cannot simply throw your hands up and just go, dang, this should have been better explained if this is so super good. If these random ninja wives can get dozens of kunai that can coat their blade in wisteria, well, maybe everybody should have it. But this is so crazy. Your only thing that you could find after searching was at the end of an episode, a gag that you think happened.
And it's an answer. It may not be a good answer, but it is an answer.
and her swordsmith are the only ones who know about this technique of coating their weapons with poison.
Overlord Sliver Hardane says, by God, he's using the "oh, so you hate pancakes" argument. Let's see how it works for him.
It's the
boys.
best tweet of all time.
Legitimately, you can use it for almost anything. Oh, so you hate waffle? Bitch, did I say that? That's a whole new sentence. That's a reactor. I played the sentence. this is an instant putting it up.
You lose!
It's overreactor.
This is you. This music represents you. It's bonkers. He looks so proud of himself.
Wouldn't you be?
You've debunked him with facts and logic.
It's overreactor. I probably need to image. Bladder again?
No.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
take it off my hoodie.
About to say, Jesus Christ.
Thousand Master Swan Slayer says, y'all think he has a crush on Shinbu?
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, what? He literally didn't disprove. We were just like, look at this. It's overreacting.
This
so
might be
small.
a top 10 pick. Instant top 10. It's overreacting. I've played the silly music. Dude, it's so good. It's over. I've played the silly music. Oh, yeah. Now we gotta go back to this. The not fun.
毒は鞘の中で調合していて、その仕組みは私と担当の刀鍛さんしか知らないんですよ。
I do know if
No one knows how it's done, but it can be done by others. We've just never explored that option.
I'm not gonna tell people.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
have
help
the ability to tell people, but I ain't. Okay. Why? Nobody knows the secret
Horrible says,
of just
are you
mushing
trying
some.
to tell me that Shinobu is gatekeeping Wisteria from other demon slayers?
You
What a piece
have
of
to.
garbage.
You have to think like that. You have to be like, she sees these people are dying. You have to see that Wisteria can paralyze a non-ranked demon for a half a day, and she can't be like, all right, mush this up and mix it with some oil, coat your blade in it, and it'll dilute over time, but
I watch a little bit of the video after. I understand that you do say it's not established that the wisteria flower is rare, so why doesn't everybody just cover their blades with the wisteria?
what do you mean you watched the video after? Why? This is his, listen to the full point. Obviously we're guilty of this, but this is not an edited video.
Again, like, we can't do anything but pause when we think we've got a counterpoint to the thing we just heard. We can't wait for your point to be through, because your point could go on for another 2 minutes and then end. Who knows?
Wisteria flower and for its poison.
It's not even established that wisteria flowers are particularly rare. There shouldn't be any reason the other demon slayers can't use it.
And going back to the first point I made about Shinobu, again, she keeps it to herself and her swordsmith. They are the only ones.
Why?
Don't you think that's bad?
You need to think about why. So now she knows it, and her swordsmith also knows it, and the swordsmith is in a swordsmith village, and the swordsmith is also keeping the
525
secret.
says, this is on the level of RWBY and Aura and only Huntsman getting access to personal force field, for some reason.
Legitimately. And the people that love these things have to defend it as such, because the story just can't be bad. It has to be a reason, and I'm gonna make up a reason why this is happening.
The story said it, so what's the problem?
Why? Why does she? He's not thinking about it. Why though? People are dying by the truckload, and there's nothing.
Want to know about this technique of coating their weapons with a poison from the wisteria flower. And if you have done a little bit of research, and I do understand that the show doesn't really establish whether the wisteria flowers are rare or not, but to answer your question, they're actually not really that rare in this world of Demon Slayer. And I know it may sound like a dumb point, but remember, the wisteria flowers contain poisons, just like in real life, based on the real wisteria flowers. And they are definitely dangerous with working around poisons.
Go back.
Poisonous, just like in real life, based on
the seeds of this flower.
We have never seen anybody ingesting it and causing dizziness, nausea, or collapse. Keeping in mind that Shinobu ate her body weight in wisteria for a year to prepare for that.
Also, again, the
Racketeer
seeds
says,
of this flower.
This man legitimately sounds like the strawman y'all make fun of. Hold on, this doesn't make any sense. Hey, shut up. He's literally the guy who unironically says, shut up.
real wisteria flowers. And they are definitely dangerous with working around poisons. So like I said for the millionth times, and I'll say it 1,000,001 more, Shinobu and her swordsmith are the only ones who know about
Hey, if it's dangerous to work around, she keeps it on her hip at all times.
If it's dangerous to work around, the poison that affected Muzan was developed by this person and a demon who was around wisteria. So the demon could be around wisteria, but normal people can't. Shinobu is also not telling people how to safely handle wisteria for some reason. But your mindset is, well, the show said that she's the only person, so that's the answer. Shut up.
this technique and how to use it. Now we're going off to the Tanjiro slander. This is going to be fantastic.
I don't like Tanjiro, and it's for the exact same reason that I think a lot of other people do like him. Tanjiro is a very good boy. That's pretty much his entire character.
Goes on to say that, yeah, Tanjiro is a good boy, and the writers want you to like him first and then make him into a good character. And that's just all your opinion, and that's okay. You can dislike Tanjiro for that. But the problem I have is that he says that he's a flawless character.
Tanjiro doesn't have flaws. He's a perfect ray of sunshine that does no wrong.
Tanjiro doing nothing wrong, huh? He's a good boy. Well, I would say, as much as I love Nezuko-chan, I would say keeping a demon...
That got you? That got you? That's what got you?
Thousand Master Swan Slayer says, "Dumb artist, please don't slander my waifu."
Shinobu really said,
Legit. Y'all on your own. That's all I got.
Regardless of the demon being a sibling, your loved one, or whoever. I say that's pretty wrong, no? Accompanying a demon in this world, the Taisho era, in the world of Demon Slayer, you're basically committing a crime. From the clip that you showed,
but the show justifies his actions by the head dude of the Demon Slayer Corps going, nah, she cool. By Orokudaki, a former Hashira, going, nah, she's cool. By her proving herself to several different Hashira. By her saving all of the main characters and the Hashira by burning away the poison. It is shown as a good thing. There's only one time where it's shown as any kind of a negative, is when she goes to bite that person when they're bleeding all over the place. That is the only time that is shown as any kind of a negative. To my memory, there might be one or two other times that are a bit smaller. But every other time, it is shown as nothing but a benefit. She protected Tanjiro with the swamp demon. She took the bald chick. All of these, she's the reason why Tanjiro's alive against Rui. All this stuff is all positives. And we see that she's docile quite plainly. So...
But you don't know his point.
in the beginning, what Tanjiro is doing is he's clearly doing something wrong.
When Orokudaki first meets Tanjiro...
No, he doesn't even know what's going on. He just protect my sister. That's not a flaw. It's poor judgment, but Tanjiro does not have poor judgment as a flaw.
She's the reason Tanjiro killed Upper Moon 4. Yeah.
His first thought is that Tanjiro...
Sliver Hardane says, "Shinobu, these flowers can help revolutionize how we fight demons. But my sister died, so fuck everyone else. Lol."
But no, I don't wanna. I'm busy.
Well, we'll just get your swordsman in there. He's busy too.
Also busy.
We're busy together at all times.
Can I watch you do it? No.
is too kind for his own good, which makes him hesitate to kill his enemies. He hesitates so much that the sun comes up and kills the demon before Tanjiro can.
Yeah.
In this story, caring too much could be a really big weakness for Tanjiro because it would prevent him from killing dangerous enemies quickly.
What I find hilarious is that he's literally describing a flaw for Tanjiro.
No, he's saying what could have happened if it would have happened, but it didn't happen because the third demon he ever encounters, he cuts their heads off with no problem.
No hesitation. This was in episode 2, and it never came up again. That fear that I can't do this, he goes striking time, he goes, I did it. I cut off a demon's head. And he has no issues with the ambiguity of, hey, I can't do this. This was once a living person. No, it is bye-bye. That was the only time that it ever happened.
He is not listening to these points.
And look at it. Oh, you missed the smug face is gone. It was around. Yeah, it was about that.
Doesn't even mention it. Doesn't realize he described a flaw.
Yes, I do understand that. If I played a little bit more of that video, that context of that clip, he
Norable
says this.
says, "It's a shame you didn't have some of my wisteria tanjiro. Rengoku could have lived. Oh well, blah."
Yeah, oh well, rip him!
A little bit more of that video, that context of that clip, he says this.
Yet after training with Rogadaki, that side of his character disappears entirely.
Pause.
Don't.
Why not?
Why the fuck smug face? And then just like, yeah, I know if I played a little bit more, it actually disproves my smugness.
So let's just say that this is a on-the-fly reaction that they're doing. It's not a script.
Impossible, but okay.
Let's just say that this is it. He watches it, he debunks what Captain Mack says. He goes further and goes, oh wait, that wasn't Captain Mack's point. Why not take out the part where you were debunking them and then re-record it as all of his entire point instead of just going, yeah, what I said was wrong because I didn't let him finish.
Don't get me wrong, he's still extremely kind, but it doesn't hold him back anymore.
And yes, you're absolutely right. That's what I like to call character development. But in your own opinion, you don't think that is what character development is.
No, you're not. Okay, wait.
You could call this character development, but it isn't. It's resolved too fast. It doesn't affect the plot at any point.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad
Pause.
news
And we also don't see it. That's also a big thing.
to you, Captain Mack, but don't you understand that this show isn't like One Piece or Bleach or any of these other animes that have 1,000+ episodes? Demon Slayer is established to be a fast-paced show, so just because Tanjiro's
it's established to be a fast-paced show because it went by fast.
Yes, the fact that it's fast is the establishment that it is fast.
Character development, or any other character for that matter, just goes by and flies by quickly, it doesn't mean that there's never any character development at all.
No. Not having character development and the character development that you do have being bad are two separate things. And he's going, this is character development in a sense that he changed, but it doesn't affect anything, so why have it to begin with?
Yes.
Triggered argument, triggered. Who's dumber? This guy is triggered. No, Triggs!
Sebastian says, this is just the white version of DA aka Evil DA, where he likes demon
How?
slaying.
I do proper arguments. Proper! Hey, there was some good points in my April Fool's video. There was some good points that I made. Not trigonometry, exactly.
Actually go through the steps of developing, it just kinda happens.
Like I said before, this is a fast-paced fucking show, but there has been development from Tanjiro's character from the beginning to the season what we have now. Also, I like how in this clip I'm about to show
there it is. He was happy and now he's angry.
What was it?
He was happy at something and now he's angry at something.
You're literally explaining what a fast-paced show is.
It's like if an Olympic runner hopped in a golf cart, drove around the track, and then crossed the finish line. Just because they crossed the finish line doesn't mean they ran the race, and they definitely don't deserve an award for it.
That is such a good point. You ain't do it in the way that you were meant to do it. You did it.
You crossed the finish line.
You did it.
But you did not participate in the race.
There's no exertion there.
It's old girl or old dude that started a marathon, hopped on a car, and then joined everybody else after the fact. Is that...
Boom just says efficiency.
The idea of, Tanjiro's kindness just goes away is because the clips that you're showing was before the training, and the clip that you showed of him killing, what was it, the hand demon? That's after he's done the training.
Okay, what training does he do to harden himself against killing demons? that makes him more okay. Because he didn't kill any
The
demons
training
during
itself.
that. There were no demons during that training for him to practice kill. So how did he harden himself? And mayhaps we should have seen that.
There was a beginning, no middle, and an invisible end.
Yes.
Sure, you finished the race, but I don't care, and it wasn't entertaining or satisfying.
I wouldn't give you that medal just because you crossed the finish line.
How would this guy feel?
Leo Luster says, I do enjoy that the lowest bar of competence is triggered, but really though, #triggered argument.
Because he is. You know, you've been here for long enough. You know that he is.
How would this person feel if Tanjiro was super nice? They just went, and it's been 2 days since then, and now he can kill demons. Would that still be acceptable to them?
What if he was just like, you know what? I don't want to save my sister anymore.
And we don't see what happened there that caused that issue. ReZero.
How late are you in the stream? Hour and a half, hour 20.
Yep, hour 20.
It's not been good.
But again, I like how that was your point, but you accidentally just revealed that Tanjiro does have a flaw there.
So I saw Tanjiro.
No, he doesn't have a flaw.
You
can't say he has a flaw that's resolved 3 chapters in and then go for the rest of the 200-something chapters. That flaw was present at some point, so he is a flawed character. If the flaw is he was too nice to kill demons.
That's just like a job interview where you just go, I'm too hardworking. Yeah, it's a negative, but you're framing it as a positive.
His sword over and over as a major
Where's this
flaw.
guy getting that Captain Mack is trying to compare Demon Slayer to One Piece? They're both completely different series. This is the type of person that is whataboutism. You're this, but this. You talk about how development, but this we ain't got the time of One Piece, so we got to speed through this. It's like, come on now. Where's the flaw? He's too nice. That's that. That's it. My flaw is that I'm too awesome.
Has this guy seen Undead Unluck?
I haven't seen it in their background, so
Impossible.
I can't say that they did or didn't.
Undead Unluck is the GOAT.
That he needs to overcome. But no. After the 3rd time it happens, Tanjiro goes to the swordsmith village and they explain that it's not his fault. His blacksmith is the one to blame for making swords that break so easily.
So if you literally rewind a couple seconds in that clip, you see Tanjiro literally taking accountability for breaking his swords.
It doesn't matter about what accountability he's taking. They're going, we know swords better than you. We know that no matter what level of Demon Slayer that you are or demons that you're going up against, these blades should not break. We should be making blades that do not break. And if you break the blade, it is not on you, it's on us. Because all you're doing is cutting demons. This should be able to cut demons, and if it doesn't, it's a flaw on us. And it's a flaw on them. Point blank period. They didn't make a strong enough blade.
And then they did, and it didn't break when he needed it to.
Why didn't you show this? So in my opinion, this scene in particular that he's talking about, I feel like the Swordsmith Village people were being so modest towards Tanjiro. So the vibes that I get is that...
No, they're being hard on themselves because they feel like they released an inferior product if it's breaking.
So, one person says one thing. Tanjiro says it's my fault. The swordsmen say it's their fault. But you're taking the fact that, no, it's Tanjiro's fault. Because I say that it's Tanjiro's fault.
And he said it was his fault.
Instead of taking the swordsman saying, by them saying it's their fault, by them saying that it's their fault. You have no weight saying that it's one person's fault over the other. You don't go, look at Tanjiro right here scraping the ground with his blade. It's not supposed to do that. You're not showing any of that. You're just taking Tanjiro's word like you've taken all the other manga's words. It's like, here it is. This person said
Jika says, Demon Core be like we could have saved so many lives with the magical plants had it not been for that stingy bug bitch hoarding it all.
That bit!
I just started reading Undead Unluck, and so far I like it. Thanks for the recommendations, VG. You're very welcome. The vibes that you get. How about the thing the guy that made it said? Even if they were being modest, why did it break? What was wrong with the sword?
Whole term and catchphrase, the customer is...
Oh, no.
But this all I got. Legitimately, that's all she got. Krabby Patty secret formula.
Legitimate. Like, what are we doing out here?
For some reason. And this dude is just like, yep, she's just hoarding the secrets. What's the problem? She ain't special without it, so some rank and file person that can cut off a demon's head combined with the wisteria coating? Oh, we got Hashiras running all around this bit. She looks so sad.
It's unbelievable that you would take the words she said at the end of an anime episode and go, I am perfectly fine with her being stingy with this technology.
I have no problem with this. There's nothing to the fact of somebody might be in cahoots with the demons and then tell them how we're making super poisons to defeat them and then they build up an immunity. Nothing like that. I will just accept the fact that she is just hoarding this and we will move on positively.
Big ups.
Big ups.
Is always right attitude.
Like, if this was the case, then why the fuck is his own swordsmith? Why is this dude just fucking up Tanjiro every single time? I just feel like this character's existence should just contradict this whole point that you made.
No, he's trying to trickle down the blame, and the swords people, the head of the village goes, he should not be doing that because it's his fault at the end of the day.
I think it is a flaw for Tanjiro. Not only did he break the sword like multiple times, he's lost his sword.
And going back to that clip
Pause.
of
What's the flaw in breaking your blade? What's the flaw there? You are using a piece of equipment and through no fault of your own, it's breaking. You're not saying that he's using it incorrectly. You're not saying that he's scraping it across the ground or anything. What is breaking his blade?
and Tanjiro throwing the sword at him in the Mugen Train movie, how the fuck, in any way, shape, or form, was that the fault of his own swordsmith? That was clearly Tanjiro doing something stupid, which was a
No, he threw the blade, it went into a demon, and then the demon threw it at a tree. And I don't know if that's what broke it. You could show him slashing the train and going, it wasn't designed to slash through metal. But then you could just say, but why wasn't it? Why didn't they make a blade strong enough to cut through metal? It goes back to their fault.
This is like somebody's leg getting broken.
Devil Elf says, don't forget the new sword in the dummy was perfect and never broke, and all he did was sharpen the thing.
Yep. This
would be like, oh, a flaw of your bones is that it broke because someone blocked your kick. Like, it's not a flaw in me that my bone broke.
He tried hitting an enemy that was running away. How is that a flaw? How is it a flaw? How else are you going to get him? And he did hit him.
Flaw indicated in that scene from the movie, which is something called being impulsive or impulsiveness, which is again another flaw for Tanjiro.
He is AIing the flaws of Tanjiro because this is the number 2 flaw.
Oh no, we couldn't think of the flaws himself.
I don't think he's impulsive.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that he was more emotional and seeing a demon running away going, if I cut him any kind of way, he may trip and the sun might get him.
Yes. I'm trying to slow this demon down so the sun can come out. The way I can do that is with my sword. I'm not fast enough, but I can throw my sword and let's see what happens there.
When Goku said, let me handle this, leave Jiren to me, and did Tanjiro rush in? He did not. Where's the impulsivity? AI is ruining generations. It is taking thought away.
Yeah.
Big style.
This person was tasked with coming up with the flaws of Tanjiro, and they said, ChatGPT, what are the flaws of Tanjiro?
In fact.
No, don't ChatGPT the flaws of Tanjiro.
I'm gonna,
Sebastian
Gemini
says,
it.
what's your favorite and least favorite breathing style?
It's hard to say because they don't do shit.
I like lightning breathing. I think it's the quick zipping is good. Once he starts triple and Godspeed and stuff, and then the new form, that's when it gets lame. But I'm a big Speedsters fan, so I would go with that.
Probably Stone Hashira.
Prone to intense anger, too much empathy or sympathy, emotional outbursts, lack of character development. Ugh. We're not gonna mention that.
And later in that season, from the clip that you showed, when Tanjiro is training with this kid, he lends him a sword to help him train with the dummy. And guess what? Tanjiro goes on and breaks another sword that was not lended to him by his own swordsmith.
So, was that his sword? Was that a normal sword, a non-Nichiren ore? Because it doesn't look like it's a Nichiren ore. Was that because when you squeeze the blade, it turns a different color? So that means that it's suited to you and your style. Was this suited to him and his style? Because this is a sword that he lent him. How strong was that sword? Was that sword used constantly over the years? This is also going up against a dude that is mimicking the styles of the original Sun Breather. This is not the point that you're making it to be.
And if you think that that flaw for Tanjiro gets negated entirely, then let me ask you a question. How many times has Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Tanjiro, how many times have they all broken their swords?
Zenitsu has broken it. I mean, not Zenitsu, but Inosuke has broken them at least once.
Has no character growth or development, and he really doesn't struggle.
Zenitsu does not get into battles where he has to parry or do combatant things like that. It is just, I'm going to try to slash you. It didn't work, or it did work, and you move on.
Throughout the story beyond struggling in a fight.
Going back to Nezuko, I would say trying to keep her alive and not her.
And Miss Hashira had broke a bunch of swords that weren't his, including the dummy.
Her getting killed.
Pretty sure that's just a normal katana. Looks like
it's
it.
a struggle, don't you think? Or even all the times that he's
no, you said a struggle. That's not a flaw.
Getting killed or her killing anybody.
C says
is a struggle.
Tanny, good thing Shinobubu has Mysteria. Wait, Tanny, why is she burning it, Tanny? Tanny, quick, throw your blade at her.
Again, he didn't say about struggle.
Growth or development, and he really doesn't struggle throughout the story beyond struggling in a fight.
Going back to Nezuko, I would say trying to keep her alive and not her getting killed or her killing anybody is a struggle, don't you think?
No, I wouldn't count that as a struggle.
Yeah, I'd say that's a struggle in the same way that a demon coming up and trying to kill you is a struggle. It is an outside force. It's not I am struggling with a choice or an emotion or any kind of thing like that. This is outside of my capabilities of affecting anything. I'm going to keep this girl alive who has done no harm to anybody and only shown harm from one time.
The only time he's ever struggled with the choice is going after a demon or saving Nezuko from the sun. And he didn't make the choice ultimately. It was given to him. And then it turned out to be the bestest thing.
Kind of goes against the impulsive thing that he said, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Or even all the times that he's training. That's not fighting, right?
So unfortunately, there is a part that I missed in this video, which now I'm going to be addressing, is the part where he calls Tanjiro and implies that he is a chosen one.
I'm going to say something that some people might have a problem with, but I need you to hear me out before you get all up in arms. Tanjiro is a chosen one. Now, you might immediately disagree with me because, no, Tanjiro is never referred to as the chosen one in the story, nor is there a prophecy foretelling his exploits, which is how a lot of chosen one stories play out.
So you just answered...
He is the only alive sun breather.
The only alive.
He is the person with whom unlocks their demon mark, which allows the other people to unlock their demon marks.
He is the only one that sees ghosts.
He, I believe, is the first person to make his blade turn red in current time. If I'm not mistaken, I'll still take those other two. He is the progenitor of... He's able to do the original strongest form, and he's the only person alive that can do that because he saw his father dance.
He ended the 100-year stalemate.
He has a mark that allows him to get several times stronger and unlock that ability within other people by simply being near him.
He and Nezuko can do the sun.
This is the only docile fighting demon on the front line.
Hello guys, what did I miss? I just got off work.
You missed a lot. We're almost out of here.
Yeah, man, we gotta come back to this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ain't no absolutely. It's just because you want to watch football.
Don't say it like
some
that.
Dumb American. Oh, pizza and burgers. Look at you.
It's the Lions versus the Packers. I'm not missing the Lions.
To me. He can also see the invisible world. Oh, he can also see the strings. And he also has the super smelling, which allows him to be more empathetic to other people. And is very useful in certain fights. And
I will ban you, not time you. Ban you.
Your question. How the fuck
he can also smell the future.
He can smell the future.
And smell emotions.
A chosen one when in the show there's never like...
And in the beginning it was just like Black Blade. The people that have a Black Blade, their careers don't last long. I suppose you could say his career didn't last long due to the fact that
he killed demons, all demons.
Yeah, due to the fact that he was instrumental in killing the biggest, baddest century-long demon that's been fighting for all this time. But, I guess it could. He could spell shapes and colors.
This he's seen, or this original Sunbreather guy. It's not like he sees into the fucking future and says, this kid in the future in 100 plus years, he's gonna be the one to defeat Muzan.
But you know what does happen? Tanjiro goes back into the past, into that guy's eyes, and sees him doing the super form, and is able to do that super form without training, and does it to great effect.
No.
Question about sun breathing. Why is it the strongest?
Yeah.
Or more specifically, why is Tanjiro stronger for being able to use it?
I know you said you've read the manga and watched the anime, but dude, just literally watch the first season, episode 19 called Hinokami.
Yeah!
We will never, ever in our entire lives leave
inherited memories, some real bullshit.
It's literally all explained to you
Buster
about the
says,
sun.
We never left.
Never for a second.
Breathing stuff. Like, I don't know how you could have missed that. He's implying that the reason why Tanjiro is a chosen one is because
No. Don't say that it's in this episode, and don't say what's in the episode, and say why he's wrong. Watch this full episode and see. No, explain why he's wrong. Because this is post-editing, dude, because he's not on camera.
Yep.
So he has all the time in the world to formulate his thoughts without going back. That's his full thoughts right there. Why is it stronger? Well, watch this episode to see that it is stronger than water breathing because it was able to cut the strings when water breathing was not able to cut the strings.
But why?
Low-level ranked noob demon slayer able to do the most powerful breathing, which is the sun breathing.
So, we've got Tanjiro awakening to a long-lost, powerful form of breathing that no one else is capable of using.
Yes.
That's chosen one indicator number 1.
Shout out to the eminent OG. I found this YouTube short video of him basically explaining a quick recap of the whole situation with the original Sunbreather guy, Yorichi, and the history with the Kamado family.
Why is the Kamado family able to use sun breathing?
Pause.
Fail. It's
Okay, yeah, no. Why are they able to?
all linked to the first Kamado ancestor, Tsuneyoshi Kamado.
Yeah,
When
we
Yoriichi
saw
left the
him
Demon Slayer
do
Corps,
it.
he stayed with this family for a few days. During that time, Yoriichi, who was able to perform sun
Yeah,
breathing,
no. This was in the manga. Why did you have to see a short that...
danced to the Kamado family and gave them his earrings as a symbol of gratitude for their hospitality without demanding anything in return.
So that basically explains why not everybody could just do the sun breathing.
No, people have tried and they can't.
Yeah. Why were people... This dude tried... While he was alive to teach people how to do it.
And they could not.
Chris the Joke says, we can never escape this accursed number, huh?
No, we
19.
cannot. But him staying with them for a few days, showcasing the forms off, and then that's passed down through the lines, and now they can do it. Tanjiro, having never picked up a sword, can just go, oh yeah, it is step 1, 2, step 1, 2. And that's the in sun form, third form. But the people, while he's alive, looking at people going, step 1, 2, step 1, 2, they can't do that. So they do step 1, 1, and then, whoop, that's thunder breathing. That don't make sense. But it does say it in the manga and the anime, so because it says it, it's true without thinking.
It's explained.
It's explained, but it doesn't make any sense. Because he's alive, simply, he's alive, and he's trying to teach people. It doesn't work. He showcases off a dance to some dude that he stayed with for a few days, and that gets passed through generations to the point where Tanjiro, having been a little kid,
7 or
seeing
8.
that. And this is only done occasionally. This isn't done like every day. So he still picked that up and internalized it when it really mattered.
So he also has this super memory.
So this is, again, this is the dude right in front of him. Doesn't happen. Whereas Tanjiro, several generations of people, they have to do it perfectly. The people that are seeing them have to see it and mimic it perfectly. And Tanjiro has to remember it and mimic it perfectly while not knowing what he's doing.
That Komodo family had history with the original Sunbreather guy. So now we're getting to the point where he's...
No, he had history with it, but the Sunbreather guy was trying to teach people while he was alive and they could not learn
Norable
it.
says, not only could he smell the future, he smelt the past.
He did. He did.
Yeah, legitimately.
Now, the best thing that you can say about this, not in the manga, not in the anime, he was teaching them wrong. He was teaching them to do a sword's ability, and that's not the right way to do it. This is a dance. You need to feel it. You need to feel that just movement without having the malice to kill. But he taught them the malice to kill, and that's what stopped it. For them, he was just like, hey, yo, check out this cool dance. Step 1, 2, step 1, 2. And they're like, yeah, that was a pretty cool dance. I'm going to honor you forever. I
didn't ask for that part.
Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, take these earrings and get the out of here.
Talking about the mark, which is also implying that
if the series started with Tanny putting away the dancing clothes, then maybe the dancing memory would have been more tolerable. Yeah, because it was just in the moment, you're just like, dang, a lot of stuff happened. I was me and my sister and stuff, and then my dad, he was busting a move. He was hitting that. Dang, he hit that. Woo, look at that. Step 1, 2. Oh, it was 1, 2. Wait a second. Slash perfectly. Come on now.
Or chosen one indicator shit.
See, the interesting thing about the mark is that it can only be manifested if the user has been in contact with someone else who has already manifested the mark. So that begs the question. How did Tanjiro manifest it?
I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious that Tanjiro manifested the mark from his father. If you know the
Love
story
One
about
Piece
his
Forever says, the current One Piece episode is so beautiful looking. I'm so happy.
I haven't seen it. I don't watch.
Dad, he was born with that mark on his forehead. At first, I thought it was a scar as well, but no, it turns out that's actually a Demon Slayer mark. And yes, I understand the confusion because I was also confused as well. Like, Tanjiro was never born with a mark, so I do understand the confusion and where that comes from. But I understand in the anime where Tanjiro's original scar, where he gets it from when he was little, turns into the Demon Slayer mark. I know that's not really explained well in the anime because the first time we actually see his original scar change is when he was fighting the Hand Demon back in season 1. And listen, if his father had died before Tanjiro was even born, then yes, you would be right. That would make no sense. But this scene right here clearly indicates that that's not the case. And I know
it's about the manifestation of the mark.
Yes.
And we didn't get that. So is it just you need to be around somebody who has the mark and then you inherit the ability to form the mark? Because if that's the case, are you telling me that the daddy never went down to town and interacted with somebody, and then that person interacted with somebody, and that person interacted with somebody, and then that person interacted with a Demon Slayer, and then that Demon Slayer interacted with a Hashira, and now all the Hashira would have the ability to have the mark? We don't know.
Really established.
Did they try to justify the ghost? Did it? They might have skipped over it. I don't remember where the ghosts were, but I feel like they skipped over it.
They definitely did.
That's coward.
You right in front of you on how Tanjiro's father ever manifested the mark, but I think him doing the Hinokami dance, I think that's how he was able to manifest it.
I think.
Nico says, the dad got some dance moves.
Yeah, he do. He hitting that dance revolution like it's nobody's business.
He whipping, he nay-naying, dabbing on them.
Hey, yo, Tanny, watch this. I got a new move. It's called the Stunt Superman. Soldier Boy up in it.
He done caught me in this.
Dang. I'm going to remember this until the day I die. He hitting them folks.
Even in my darkest moment,
I will be thinking about him.
The first thing I'm seeing is gonna be my father, Superman, and whatever that means. Cause I don't know what character he talking about, what person.
He really did crank that Soldier Boy. Take this, Rui. That's what happened.
Essentially. He watched the damn stanky leg and then he went, I too can.
The Macarena going, me too. Remember, Teddy, it's Hinokami slaying time.
My father was a noble man. Gucci Mane blasting in the background.
I said, hey, what's up? Hello. What the?
It's pretty safe to say that Tanjiro has been in contact with someone who has had the mark.
And you're going, I think. Go back to the whole thing, because it's I think and assumptions, because this is debunked. And you're using I thinks and I assumes, and it must be clear in this way.
Not the case. And I know they don't really establish it or tell you right in front of you on how Tanjiro's father ever manifested the mark, but I think him doing the Hinokami dance, I think that's how he was able to manfest it. So it's pretty safe to...
Then wouldn't it be the same for Tanjiro?
And
He did the
Fury
Hinokami and then he manifested.
This is how you hit the Quan Tanny.
Hit that Quan! I'm gonna show you the Quan Tanny. Hold on. Watch my Dougie, hold on.
Rengoku, teach me how to Dougie.
I promise, Tanny, once you learn this Dougie, everybody gonna love you.
Oh, man. It sucks.
Tanny, remember the dab. Always remember the powerful sun breathing dab.
Say that Tanjiro has been in contact with someone who has had the mark.
Oh my God, you're afraid, Tanny. I'm about to hit them.
I'm about to hit them.
That dance floor calling me. This is my song.
To prove my point even further, here's an interesting clip from Rengoku's father when he was writing a letter to Tanjiro.
Rumor has it that those who are chosen to wield sun.
Pause.
This is crazy.
This is the I did in my fake video. He had Japanese already with subtitles. Now it's the English dub, and this is this is the movie. This is a bootleg. We should be watching this.
Are born with the same red mark on their forehead that you have. So I'm sure that you will.
So, going back to the whole thing with the mark on Tanjiro's
Gamer
forehead, here's a
F5
clip.
says, "Hey Tanny, watch me hit this whip and know."
Clip of Captain Mack basically implying that this is just a random magical power buff when Tanjiro needs it.
Shockingly, sun breathing is not the only magical...
How do you unlock it? In what way do you unlock it?
Yeah.
They say that it's when your temperature gets high enough and your heart rate gets high enough. So no other person in history.
The flame breathers never had this.
Never.
Power buff that Tanjiro suddenly awakens to when he needs
Me
it.
when I use non-canon material to prove my point.
I mean, in Demon Slayer, it's basically explained later on about the whole thing with the marks and how people were able to manifest.
This is true, ChatGPT.
100,000%.
Especially Tanjiro himself. I mean, just read what I'm showing.
Traumatic memories can also trigger the appearance of the mark. All these Hashira had all these tragedies and they never... Shinobu did not have the mark appear.
On you on the screen, basically apply everything you just read to these images right here. It's clearly shown that Tanjiro is on the brink of death, and I can imagine he has, the heart rate of over 200 beats per minute.
Hey, did Inosuke not have that when he was a poisoned boy and had to move his organs?
Yeah. Everybody has been in contact with Tanjiro, so Inosuke, Zenitsu,
all the Hashira,
they were all about to die here, and none of them unlocked it. Tengen, also standing right next to an unlocked Tanjiro, didn't unlock it.
Tanny, I need to do a rolly and a dab on sun.
Oh, rolly! So I'm looking through this, and I'm like, he's going, well, clearly, the mark unlocked for his daddy when he was doing the breathing, when he was doing the dancing and stuff. But it said that once you unlock the mark, you will not live past the age of 25 or 27 or so. And I'm trying to see how old he was. But if he's been doing it all of his life, why would it be a certain point that unlocks it? Let's just say it doesn't make sense. We have no confirmed age, but he looks very old, at least in his 30s, but there's no confirmed age on
with having very extreme heat body temperature. So no, this isn't some random magical power buff that Tanjiro gets on his forehead.
It truly is.
Yeah, we just have to say that, yes, his heart was beating at 200 beats per minute at this point, and in no other point that it was. Not during the swamp fight, not during the hand fight, not during the arrow fight, not during Rui, not during Train Dude, not during training. No other time did this happen other than right now. Why?
All that blowing into the vase, that didn't increase his heart rate at all.
All the times where he was trying to cut the rock and realizing that he was running out of time didn't happen. So,
when he needs it the most, like, it's just not correct at all. So just like the sun breathing, I think the same thing could be applied with the mark. Like, this all could have just been easily debunked, but I like how you say this and that it's not explained in your video.
No explanation for why Tanjiro gets the mark is ever offered. He's just special that way, I guess.
Pause. It's not offered. You have to...
Sebastian says, Tanny, let's do the robot and the worm.
Let's do it! But it's not shown. You have to look at it and just go, well, his father had the mark and he must have been able to unlock it maybe during the dance or something, thus passing it over to Tanjiro. And the reason why he unlocked it here is because he was in a very stressful situation, unlike the other very stressful situations that he was in. But just now he unlocks it. It's just a whole lot of assumptions.
I played the music!
I played the silly music! You fool!
It's too late, Reactor!
It's over! You're wrong! Listen to the music! Why didn't Nezuko have it? That's a good question!
Why didn't Nezuko have it? That is a very good question.
Yeah. The silly music. I have the high ground now.
The video, he's gonna talk about how are these newbies and how did Tanjiro, after 100+ years, how did Tanjiro, a newbie character with some of his friends, kill an upper rank?
That's an upper rank demon, and that's his head being removed, thereby killing him. So that's pretty huge, huh? First upper rank demon to go down in over a century.
I will admit, Tanjiro definitely has a lot of plot armor, because he's the main character. I mean, is this a surprise? I mean, you also make it seem like this was a walk in the park for Tanjiro. And that
irrelevant.
He never said it.
You must simultaneously whip and neg.
Simultaneously? No, that's too much nay.
You need a little whip. You need a little bit more whip in your... All right, look. Watch my arm. All right. You see how you're going a full motion with your shoulder? You gotta slightly hit it and then turn, and then in that same motion, bring your arm up for a whip. You're not doing it correctly. That's why you'll never be a sun breather. You could never hit it like me. What are you doing? Why didn't Teddy get the mark the day his family was killed? Hey, why not? That's a very good question. When he walked upon all his family, I guess his heartbeat wasn't 200 miles per hour, and that wasn't trauma. I guess not. You're not flossing right. Look at the legs. The legs, Giyu. Yeah, all right. Hopefully my son can hit this. Maybe he was born with a rhythm that the rest of these cucks ain't got, and he can hit that.
Got that reggae rhythm in his blood.
He literally came out of the battle unscathed.
Because it stands to reason that a novice or even intermediate level sun breathing user would be weaker than a master sounding user. Yet which one of these fuckheads lost an arm in this fight?
So which one of these fuckheads have literally their fingers broken, being stabbed from underneath the chin/jaw with the blade coming out of the mouth?
Sir, what lasting injuries did Tanjiro face, as opposed to the lasting injury that Tengen faced? Yes, a lot of things happened. But
a lot of things happen to all of them.
There is a definitive, provable injury that's one suffered that is a lot worse than
Overlord
this.
Sliver Hardane says, Musen, it's over, Tanjiro. I broke your blade. Tanjiro, but not my legs. Start doing the Superman. You're missing nice moves. I'm also the king of pop. Smooth criminal.
But not my legs. But this, I can survive this.
Yes.
It hurt, but whatever.
Spoilers for the end of Hot Fuzz.
being poisoned while also doing multiple breathing
Pause.
techniques.
The
which is-
poison did nothing in the end because they had a boom. It was fixed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They were all poisoned.
established that it takes a very, very hard toll on your body. And listen,
It's not established. He just states it.
Yeah, right here and now. And also, this doesn't disprove the fact that Tengen lost an arm. I'd rather be real tired and have a little ouchie on my throat than having an arm being missing.
as much as I love my boy Tengen, and not to take anything away from him, because yes, he definitely lost an arm, but which one of these fuckheads at the end of the battle as a result ended up in a 2-month fucking coma?
Pause. And which one needed to retire from being a Hashira? Tanjiro, after 2 months, gets up and does his... This dude can't do his anymore. Which one? Come on now. And his point was, Tanjiro's super inexperienced, and this dude is up to the rank of a Hashira. And he somehow came out better than the dude that has a fifth of the experience. Let's just be generous. Why couldn't Tanny just heal breathing his mouth and fingers back? It didn't work like that. He poisoned.
Thousand Master Swan Slayer says, Tengen was going to fucking die, Jesus Christ, my dude.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Lost an arm and an eye.
Nope, you're totally right. Tanjiro came out of this totally perfectly fine. And
He
never said that though.
But he did come out perfectly fine. It's not like his fingers, the grip of the sword got stuck from his fingers.
It's not like he can't move his mouth and breathe like he used to.
He did come out.
It's not like there's
perfectly
any lasting injuries from the poison. It's not like the breathing took a toll on his body such that he can't move his right leg the same anymore. But this guy is retired.
One and done. That upper moon out of here.
A limb and an eye gone. He can't even be like a rank 7 or 6.
It makes even
He came out fine, but Mack doesn't mention that.
less sense when you consider that the demons wield a poison that every character is for some reason immune to. The poison is supposed to at least weaken them, but they still manage to win.
It's not that the characters are immune to the poison. Girataro literally says this.
That's stupid!
What did Tanjiro do? Because you mentioned that he was poisoned. How did Tanjiro get out of this? Why was Tanjiro still able to fight as hard as he's able to fight?
He couldn't have stopped his heart because his heart was beating 200 beats per minute for the mark.
That's Tanjiro.
No, you just said Tanjiro.
No, I'm saying. What did Tanjiro... Surely that would make the poison circulate faster.
Yeah, that's my point. He can't do the same thing Tengen did to stop the poison.
There's no evidence that he did. There's no statements that he did. So, we have a reason why Tengen was able to resist the poison. As for Tanjiro, who... Captain Mack's issue is that Tanjiro was the dude that cut off the dude's head. What's the reason why he was able to resist the poison? Well, he wasn't. It was affecting him even
Norval
more.
says, how could he ever please all 3 of his wives the same anymore with only 1 arm? Ever think about that? It will never be the same them or him.
Yeah, it's over for him. For
Muff got a mouth, ain't he?
What does it do?
He got a hand, he got a dong, he got a mouth. And one of them might be into feet, so you can, give it a little hey diddle diddle with the feet.
Yeah, tell me which one so I can X them out of everything.
So in this world, you can literally use your breathing techniques to at least slow down the process of the poison.
But Tanjiro could not do that.
Yes.
Because otherwise he would not have gotten the mark.
Yes.
That you have said the reason was his heart was beating a bunch. So Tanjiro should be more affected than anyone.
I like that people have been here long enough to quote back to back what that mouth do. What that feet do. This guy is either oblivious or really dumb. Might be a mixture of both. Yeah. And there also the fact that I need to defend this series.
Yes.
Because you're wrong. Because series good.
The reality is that there is no valid explanation for why not a single upper rank demon has been killed over the past 100 years. And this is the final and greatest indicator that Tanjiro is the chosen one.
So since you love One Piece so much, I'm gonna go by your logic. So does that
Oh
mean that...
over here!
Random Guy 56 says, Tanny crank that soja boy.
Crank it, Tanny, crank it! Is your only hope left?
You!
You gotta hit that
whip. Watch me slay. Oh my goodness. And this is what he's singing. He's like, yeah, he is hitting that shit.
Can I hit that in this moment?
Maybe one day I'll be great enough to hit that. It's so, man. I can't stand this.
Luffy, a low-level, no-bounty pirate at this time from this clip.
Comments? Oh, yeah, sorry.
That I'm showing you versus Arlong. Does that mean that Luffy is now suddenly a chosen one because he was able to defeat a pirate with the highest bounty in the East Blue?
This is the highest bounty in the East Blue. This is essentially
the weakest blue, they say.
The weakest blue. This is some dude. This isn't a Yonko. This isn't a Shichibukai. This is Tanjiro killing somebody who has not been killed for a century. While being extremely disadvantaged. This is Luffy beating some dude that's pretty strong.
Says, he really just hit us with that hash-triggered argument.
It's crazy.
But One Piece dough.
Nobody else prior could ever defeat Arlong?
Nobody else could ever defeat Arlong. Kizaru did. We saw that Kizaru did.
In the East Blue hasn't?
Jinbei was like, I'm gonna beat the brakes off this motherfucker.
In fact, he had to make sure information was not being passed along to Jinbei so he could go handle that situation because he knew Jinbei would have beat the brakes off of him.
And
any of the warlords would have beat him. Any of the Yonko would have beat him. Any of the admirals would have beat him. At least 90% of the vice admirals we've seen would have beat him.
So, Arlong, having paid off the government to not come over here and investigate what's going on, has only been ruling Cocoa Village since the time Nami was young. I think she was like 6 or 7 to age 19. I think she is. So let's just say 13 years as opposed to a century. People trying. They killed at least 20 different Hashira. So 20 people have tried. Who do we know that have tried for Arlong? We don't, because the government is being paid off to not investigate over there.
But yes, Luffy is also a chosen one.
But he's also a chosen one, but not because of that.
To call the center of the world protagonist.
Arlong is just a fish man, not as strong as the upper rank 6.
The idea behind it is that the entire world is stagnant and unchanging until the protagonist becomes a part of it. At which point the world suddenly starts changing and moving forward.
Norable
says, never.
One might say he was a big fish in a small pond. Aha.
One might.
It's an example of this writing method being used that works. It is always bad, because it suggests that nothing can happen in a story's world without the involvement of the protagonist.
So, by that logic, you must hate every anime then. Goddamn. Or at least animes that have conflict and all.
No. Most anime have had their history being played out absent of the protagonist, and then the protagonist, the change that happens in the world isn't strictly because of the protagonist. You can look at something like Bleach. Bleach doesn't strictly happen because of Ichigo. Things have been happening behind the scenes absent of him for centuries, and have been continued to be happening absent of him during the time he's there. Same thing with Dragon Ball, any other series.
See a main character protagonist that, turning the tides in our favor.
No, turning the tides in our favor is something different.
That's not what he said.
Then everything is happening because the protagonist is here now. The mark has never been here in this whole time absent of the protagonist.
100 years.
And now the protagonist is here, and the mark is here, and this 100-year stalemate has been broken thanks to the protagonist.
In 100 years, a single upper moon has not been defeated. In the space of a couple of weeks, all of them are dead, including Muzan. Once Tanjiro comes up into the field.
Collectively, from the time Tanjiro passed his exam until the time Muzan is defeated is like 18 months. And I'm being generous. He had to heal from his broken leg. They were sitting there for like 4 to 6 months for the total
Wouldn't Arlong
concentration.
be considered an average mate in the new world?
Oh, for sure.
Arlong would be a piss baby.
4 to 6 in with the training. He was in a coma for 2 months. So we're taking like 8 months and then all the travel and stuff. Yeah, like 16 months, a year and a half from the time he becomes a demon slayer to the time Muzan's head is cut off.
Arlong, was it?
A cliche. I need to ask, why is this a Demon Slayer only criticism? You could literally apply this to every.
He's not talking about anything else. He's talking about Demon Slayer and giving his reason.
And he said it's never worked in anything he's seen.
Example, the one I can think of that I just recently watched and finished, by the way, so spoilers for season 1, Kaiju number 8. So it's established that in this world, it's just a normal world in Japan, except that there's big, ugly monsters called kaijus. Our main character shows up and wants to become part of this military called the Defense Force, who are specially trained professional badasses to kill kaijus. And not to get too detailed and nasty and descriptive, basically Kafka, the main character, gets the power of the kaiju. Well, damn, there's some conflict there, right? He wants to work and be a part of the military Defense Force who are trained to kill kaijus, but now he has the power of one. So damn, that's a very big conflict for our main character, Kafka, right? And to make a long story short, near the end of the season, everybody finds out that this dude is working in the military while also having kaiju powers. And by the end of the season, it's like they decided to not kill Kafka and have a kaiju work for them, which has never happened before.
What you're basically talking about is Nezuko.
Yeah.
Now the world has started moving, changing the ways because of the protagonist's existence. You can basically apply that to almost every anime that has a protagonist and conflict. So here in this video, he's going to talk about Zenitsu and how he's basically just an atrocious character.
Okay, we're in Zenitsu. So we're out of there.
Y'all see his BG that's cutting off the fun.
I have to.
You don't have to. You want to.
No, I have to.
Football.
Fallacy breathing. Fourth form. Whataboutism.
Big whataboutism.
I'm going to the store right after this, and you best believe that game is being played in my radio.
You see, there's a difference between have to and want to.
I have to go to the store before it closes.
What do you have to get? Is there something that life-saving that you need to get?
Yes, milk. Milk is life-saving.
No, it's not.
Milk wouldn't save a person's life.
That's a want. It's not saving your life.
You don't know that. I can have a calcium deficiency.
People are hating it. People are flaming you in chat. It's the state of you, someone says, and I agree.
You know what? You don't get T23 now. How about that?
Yeah, you see, he's taking away fun.
Yeah, I was the cursor was for Goku T23.
Day he's taking away fun.
Yeah, 4 years.
Crazy.
Nope, you don't get out of here.
See that? No fun allowed.
Exactly.
Take it all away. Board wipe.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm actually.
He's a tyrant. He admits it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen back to this and just get flat, easy points to just because he's doing a stream on Thursday or Friday.
He ain't doing that.
And just go one sentence. You said this, but this. Just easy. No. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yep.
If Thursday or Friday, I don't think I'm doing anything. It might be cool. I think we might be cool.
All right.
Question to both of you. What do you guys think of Absolute DC comic series? Oh, man. You asked the right guy.
I have my Absolute Superman right above your head right now. I have yet to read the series. I'm going through some other things to catch up before I start getting into the Absolute series. And when it comes to comics especially, I want those comics to get some time. Because the monthly
in order to defend some ass,
same thing happened with JoJo.
Hotter ass.
Hotter, big hot.
Yep. All right, we're out of here.
Y'all see that? No fun allowed.
Yeah. You could keep
Big
talking.
scam.
You could keep
Big
talking
scam.
like we're gonna
It's
do something.
Overreactor.
It's over.
The stream is over.
I played no music.
The silly music. Yeah. Back to normal schedule. Past DA was right. No T23.
Yeah, that's crazy. It would have been if we did it yesterday. And it would have been if these cucks weren't on my neck about this.
Back to the normal schedule. We're
Yep.
back. Weekly, hopefully.
Yeah, we should.
Asterisk.
We changed our recording day, so even if there's a day where it's like, oh, we can't do it that day, we have more days to buffer for that. So yeah, we will see how it goes. In the meantime,
Why didn't we just start earlier? If you knew you had a time to go.
What?
Y'all see
You know
that?
why? You know why?
Y'all see that? Hit them scams. Hit it.
Hit that Teddy!
Wrong spelling of Chris, so you must be talking about Chris the Chilled, which, in case, I agree, as long as I'm above BG.
Never. There's no scams. I gotta go.
There's no, you don't gotta. We talked about this.
Football is one portion of the year every year, and I'm a different person during that season, and you should see the podcast because I do not be paying attention a lot of time if my Lions are playing or I got some going on with my fantasy football team.
Y'all see you still here yapping. This could be video playing.
We were gonna do half a point for. Oh no! What?
An hour-long clip. DSP upset he missed Marvel's token beta for Fat Cat's birthday. Multiple FGC rants. Oh no!
Oh, I'm
and
listening.
Hardcore Big. Oh no!
Oh, I'm listening to
What
that.
happened?
Oh no, Filbert!
What happened? Okay, whatever. It's too late, BG. I already drew you as the soy jack.
All right, we're out of here.
We're out of here.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday or Sunday. Ooh, Jesus.
State of you.
Yep. And we back scheduled normal. Next week we'll probably do the Nuxtaku one instead of this. Instead of finishing this up and then finish this up the week after and then DSP.